Breathe, Shad. Let it out. Let it out.
Try.
The toilet's over there.
The rage is
No, it's not-
anticipated.
Yes.
Claudia, get the toilet.
When I see something this astoundingly bad, it's hard to control myself.
He's holding back, ladies and gentlemen.
Going to poop. Rage poop.
Someone introduce us quickly before I have an aneurysm.
Greetings. Well,
What?
Introduce you. You're Shad. Okay.
No,
welcome.
look.
Welcome.
Welcome back to the watch.
Welcome.
Hi, Claudia got us there. Good one.
I would have if she didn't interrupt me.
The watching, because we're currently watching.
So, how are you, chat? We're live. Can you hear us loud and clear? Let us know in the chats. But we got a couple of things.
How many?
So a couple. In actual fact, no, that means two. So a few things.
Okay.
A few things. One is like, oh boy. So Rings of Power, there's been a leak of a clip of a short little action scene from Rings of Power.
Oh boy.
And it's giving me an aneurysm.
Giving you an...
We're gonna break that down and go through it very carefully. And then there's been other things Rings of Power's released as well that we'll also share. But also, guys, we've hit 100k.
100k
Subscribers.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I thought people were like 100k views or something, but 100k subscribers.
Wow.
Whippy.
Gosh, you
Whippy?
guys. What?
5.
That's
Oh yes! Woo! Yeah! Woo!
Yay.
Big thing, and so we want to do maybe reflect a little bit about the journey that brought us here,
Oh, such a journey.
and all the.
I drove in a
headaches.
car.
Exactly.
I walked because it's good for the environment. I don't like driving.
And also we're
Don't
joined by.
like driving.
Shut up, Claudia.
We're also joined by Nathan as well. Thank you.
I'm always here, everyone. I'm always here. I'm reading the chat, alright? I'm listening to you.
He's there watching. Also protecting us from the bots.
Oh, at least 3 times a stream, there's always a bot siege.
Wait, he's the one turning my bots off?
Yep. Oz loves to get his bots off. Okay, so let's.
What does he mean by this?
I don't know. All right. We'll just dive straight into it without any further ado. If anyone is joining us late, I guess I have to jump back to this point. This is kind of the main event. This is what the stream's tied after. This is amazing. So I will bring it up. This has been a leak, okay? And you can tell because this is actually someone filming, I think, one of the...
Comic-Con.
I don't know, is it Comic-Con or one of the preview kind of things? And so, Nathan, we might need a full screen this just to everyone to... all right, ready? This is it.
What?
Can go back to your reaction quickly. Sorry, your reactions were, huh? And what?
What in the Chinese anime
Bring it
was that?
down. Yeah, let's replay it. All right, let's go full screen, actually. And so this is the slow motion of that. So just so you can clearly see what's going on here. So that's Galadriel. And she jumps, so steps on the sword. The sword supposedly throws her in the air, and she flies through the air to slash at the orc.
Okay.
Or troll.
Okay, so
Why isn't...
why don't you just, like, boost with your hands or
Yeah.
back or why sword?
There is so much to break down about this. We're like,
Is an elf strong enough to do that with one hand
Well,
holding a sword?
Maybe.
like I said, lots to break down. We're going to get to it all. But this is this is the quality, the quality, and also the thoughtfulness.
It's a bit kung fu.
There are so many issues with it. And so, what's the chat's reaction? Have they seen this? This has been shared a lot on Twitter.
Derek the Flam said, just as Tolkien imagined it. Beautiful.
To be careful drinking while a chat gets read out.
Yeah. Like the most...
Is this sort of trampoline?
It's spring steel.
It is time to crusade, brothers.
Shad.
What?
All crusades are just.
This one is, absolutely, because What's it like? Rings of power.
So can you, like, hoist me over the fence?
What? I don't get it.
You're holding a sword.
I am holding a sword.
You can
Oh,
throw
yeah,
it.
jump, get on it. So, all right. One of the things, let's try and steel man whatever we can about this before we break this apart, all right? So, some people say, actually, and look, I'm sorry to
You
mean
didn't
mod
have
that.
enough gristle in your throat. Put some liquid in it.
Actually.
But I'm like that. I'm an actually. But I do that. But then there's the wrong actually where people like false trying to defend
Actually,
crap.
elves are very strong. Elves are very strong, and they have strong swords.
So within even the Peter Jackson films, they say that elves have this enchanted weightlessness. Okay.
Okay.
And so
It's not unheard of in fantasy.
the thing is though, I've always felt that this has been a slippery slope. We could kind of
That's a
make
fallacy.
what do you mean?
It's a slippery slope fallacy.
Yeah.
No, it's not a fallacy.
You're confused.
That's the fallacy fallacy.
Slippery.
It's the fallacy of fallacies. No, so in Fellowship of the Ring, they're wading through the snow, and then we see Legolas walking atop the snow as if he is weightless. It's a small little thing.
I don't even remember that.
You don't remember that? Oz remembers.
I remember it.
I remember. This has come up a couple of times. So,
What a flex.
light. Thank you, Nathan. Are we too pale now?
I know I am.
Us so pale.
My life.
I know.
We also pale.
Some Ting Wong.
Sorry, that is one of the greatest
That
trolls
is amazing.
in history.
Oh, wait, no. The Rings of Power is.
Oh, yeah.
Should we clarify for some people?
No.
If you don't know what something
Search
Wong,
Some Ting Wong and
Just
watch it now.
Some Ting Wong news.
it was a person who
No,
tragically
there was a
died.
plane crash,
Yeah.
and the pilots were Some
No,
Ting
look,
Wong.
you're ruining it. Let him look it up.
Okay.
Look it up.
Anyway, Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. Okay.
Walking on the snow.
Okay, walking on the snow. People might try and allow but this has gone too far, okay? Chat. Is like, where's the reference in the actual source material, the books, of elves having that effect? I
He
kind
has
of
a
remember them being light
weightlessness.
of foot.
Yeah, I assumed that he was just so good at not disturbing the snow that he could walk like that. I didn't assume he was weightless.
Okay, good interpretation. Because already that gave too much justification, and we've seen this concept go off the rails already. And I think that's what they're trying to do to justify this little clip here. But the part where it really went off the rails already was in The Hobbit. Is it the last one, the Battle of Five Armies, where you see Legolas
Running on falling stones.
walking on air. Where
Oh, okay. Chad's saying it's a Peter Jackson thing.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. This comes from the Peter Jackson trilogy, and
they've got no references outside of this.
oh, really? So this isn't Tolkien at all? No. Oh, because then I'm like, because I
Interesting.
when I first saw like the snow thing, for some reason I went under my radar. I was thinking maybe it's Tolkien. Maybe elves are just lighter foot and they're pushing it to a pretty large extreme. But then what they did in The Hobbit, that was just like jumping the shark with that concept. It's like, oh, come off it, right?
Not jumping the shark.
Jumping
the
the-
sword.
And the troll.
Jumping the sword.
And the rock.
Because he's jumping on a sword.
Okay.
But jump.
It's jumping something, right? And this one makes it even more ridiculous. But we need to point out, and I've criticised that scene in Battle of Five Armies. It was so stupid. It looked like suddenly the laws of physics doesn't exist, and people have tried to say, actually, it's because it's weightless, or he has the elven power of weightlessness. But it turns out, as Chat is saying,
That doesn't seem like a
so they're
thing
saying
Tolkien
that
would do.
In the book, it basically states that he dances across the snow, leaving light snow prints,
Mm-hmm.
and then Peter Jackson interpreted that being what it is now.
okay. So, see, thank you. Chat is great. One of the advantages of doing this is live. We can have Chat query and give us questions.
We'll do it live.
Do it live, people.
Effort. I'm not going to swear.
Good.
Yet.
You don't have a bleep button yet, Jim.
Yeah.
We need one. Can I have it right here just for when I want to?
that might
have it. Like,
that might be useful. We
Can I
might.
have a
future we'll
blurring
get-
sign?
we might get that.
So, even with the elves can kind of dance atop snow, doesn't mean that they could jump off of falling rocks while they're falling as well. And the physics, it just looks so ridiculously stupid. And then that's where I think they're trying to pull this off. And this is where, again, they take that concept and just... that's the retarded with it, basically, is my... Yeah.
Never before has that tongue spoken to these chambers. Such a mortal.
And so now we come to here. Then there are even further layers of dumb underneath this, okay? Because if you wanted to try and push it to say elves have this magical weightlessness to them, why is it only in so far 3 instances, where other instances they are not like it's not coming up? Like, is it when they can just turn it on magically or not? It's inconsistent, it's arbitrary, and it also looks dumb because people who are not aware of this effect, because if this was actually a magical effect, you would need people reacting to it. Like, for instance, when Legolas is just walking across the snow, you might have wanted to actually establish this as a rule in the law, have one of the characters look at him like, what the hell? You know?
If he'd done that at not Minas Tirith, Helm's Deep, when he tried to skate down the shield on the stairs, he would have slipped up because the thing would have been too bottom heavy.
There are multiple areas in which this magical effect either could have been used for good effect or screwed him over if they tried to use, or it was on. If elves just are barely have any weight to them permanently, it would ruin so much.
Yeah.
Okay? And so that's why also that scene when he's jumping on the rocks felt so weird, because it was like, hang on, his weight has just shifted. In every other scene we saw, his weight appeared to be normal. So I'm not saying you couldn't have a character who has like this magical weightlessness or near weightlessness to them, but then you need to be consistent with them. And then when you just have it out of the blue, it just hits you like, what the friggin' hell's going on?
There was a lot of that in the Hobbit trilogy.
It was. And this is the window to Rings of Power. It's like we're going to get that and even worse, because this is a new level of...
If she's weightless, wouldn't that affect her terminal velocity and the power she can put into
Yeah,
it slash
momentum.
falling down?
It affects everything.
Momentum is weight and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if you throw her, she gets launched in the air, and then the wind just captures her.
Yeah, wind resistance will stop.
That's literally what happens in my book. So in my book, the character
falls
has
down like a piece of paper.
Well, he has a magical ability to increase or decrease his mass, and so at one point he tries to jump, or he decreases his mass to the point where he can't move forward because the wind resistance just hits him, and he acts like a sail, and he just starts flailing in the air. This is where you want to be consistent with your magic. Okay, and so...
Well, to be fair though,
Strengths and weaknesses.
to be fair for Tolkien, not these people, it is a soft magic system because they're very vague about it. Only the elves use magic, and only Gandalf.
You would assume it's soft, but there's actually some very hard magic systems in play. When he establishes this is a magical thing, it does X, it always does X. For instance, the ring. When you put it on, what happens?
Sauron
Stuff.
sees you, and
You turn invisible. That is actually a very hard magical rule. Okay, that's called a hard magic system right there.
Well, actually, there's a soft magic system in that itself, because where's the threshold for the ring? Because it doesn't go on as soon as you put your finger slightly through it. You have to get past a certain threshold.
That's just semantics. Stop getting caught on it.
No, you're hard
Maybe
magic. You want to be like...
put it on.
Has to be
Just
considered
holding
on.
it there is not putting it on.
Now, I'm not saying, like, for instance, Gandalf's magic, you don't really know too much of his capacities.
Well, that's the thing. He can do so much, but the rule given to him by the god of this world is you can't do too much. That's why he has to appear as an old man.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
There's a rule that is consistent in place.
He has to limit himself.
The question is, where's the rule for this ethereal weightlessness? It's undefined, and so because it's happening randomly, it feels like nonsensical crap. And then we come to this scene right here.
Imagine if Tolkien was ultra autistic about the hard magic, and like when Pippin eats 4 things of lammas bread, he just explodes, ruptured stomach, dies. 4 of a took.
Based.
Again,
I say be ultra autistic. I love hard magic systems. I also do, I actually really do like soft magic systems, but my argument, I have a video on Shadiversity about hard and soft magic systems, that even soft magic systems, as people understand them, are technically hard, because whatever you show the audience the magic doing sets or establishes a precedent that the magic can do that. There's a rule. Everything has rules, and if you break them, You can either contradict yourself or you need to break them knowingly. Anyway, going back to this, okay? These are all problems already, and there's even more. So, Nathan, if you could bring up the small screen, because we'll probably go through bit by bit and watch it again, and just so people can.
You've been watching our content, haven't you?
So let's just see this again, right? And then we have a slow-mo version of it. So it goes down, he waits, she runs, and we're going to break this down so much.
Why couldn't she have just jumped if she's got a weightlessness?
Yes, well, this is the thing. She has launched herself...
Why couldn't he have just jumped?
If you're watching this closely, she's launched herself off the sword before he starts to pull up. And so the only thing propelling her up is her actual jump. So she didn't need the sword to jump that high.
I mean, she's a little higher.
She's got a stepping stone. She could have done it off someone's leg.
She's a high elf?
Uh-huh.
Why am I here?
Yeah. No. This is a sign of it's been terribly edited and timed. If they wanted to show it's the sword propelling her, they wouldn't have had... Like, if you watch closely, she is launching into the air before the sword even moves, and then the sword is following her unattached. So that's just really poorly edited, which then says... Why did she even need to jump on the sword? That's saying she has the ability to jump that high normally.
Why did she need to run up it? She could have just jumped onto the end and then pushed off her, and that would have made the timing a little easier.
Oh, so many issues. And then we see the position of the troll, and the question is, why was this needed? Is she trying to hit the troll's head to get higher? But by the look of it, she just does a light slash against his... No, she misses the shoulder. The blade is going down, and she's like... doing a little nick on his side.
Legolas killed the troll in Moria by literally standing in front of it and bang, right in its mouth.
No, he gets on top of it and he shoots down.
No, that it hits its hide and they all break off. But then when Pippin and Merry jump on its back, stab it a bunch of times, that confuses it. Legolas is down the bottom, looking right in its mouth, bang, right in the mouth.
Has he killed 2?
One.
3?
Well, one in the first one.
And so the question then is, why was this even needed to be done? This is where you need
Because it looks cool.
No, it doesn't.
Well, that's the problem. See, this is the thing. They think it does. They think this is such a badass moment.
She's got to run up the sword and...
They think it does, but this is a big warning sign, big red flag to show that they lack the insight to determine or even set up and make something cool, because you know what? The way that you make things cool, you justify it. In the narrative and make it and sometimes even if it's not justified, if it isn't stupid and they're not resorting to something worse than what they could have done normally, you might be able to get away with it just for the cool factor. But they're not doing that here, because in the air you lack the mobility you have on the ground to push yourself off the ground and dodge and everything, and she's not trying to strike anything higher. She could actually reach up and strike where she managed to strike here.
Yeah, and two things, right? The elves wear their bows. Second thing, she has managed to destroy entire castles with her magic alone.
Yeah. They have depowered her for the sake of piss and vinegar, as they say. That's the quote. They say, we're going to make Galadriel a piss and vinegar warrior.
Just piss.
Yeah, right? And so, what is the point of this? Instead of, oh, cool, that's awesome, and achieve something really good that you would have, that they did something fancy to achieve something good, you're left there thinking, why? That was pointless. That was stupid. And it looked dumb as well.
Yeah.
That looked, huh?
Yeah. That's the quality we can expect from this, guys. And, oh my god.
Is that one small slash on the troll's back going to kill it?
Yeah, it's going to do nothing.
It's going to piss it off.
What? They've got, is it just one troll and they've got 2, 3... They've got, 5 people standing there?
Yeah. So, it's cringe. And so...
And does he go, oh, Galadriel, I'll give you a lift?
There are other things that make this look bad as well. The pose and posture of this guy here, right? His sword is just on the side. There's no leverage or strength underneath and everything. And this goes into your question, are elves, naturally strong? Well, the question is...
Yeah, they are.
Well, they're naturally stronger,
they're stronger
enough to do that with one hand with a big sword.
For a regular weighted person, no, there would be no chance. No. But again, this is magical weightlessness of elves, and so...
There was the scene in Two Towers at, what's it called? I keep forgetting the name of it. The battle. The big battle in Two Towers. Helm's Deep. That's the one. I won't forget it again. Where Gimli and Aragorn go to fight the orcs at the gate, and then Gimli pulls them both back up with a rope on his own. Up a massive thing over the crenellations.
Aragorn as well.
Aragorn and Gimli.
Legolas does it.
Legolas does that on his own.
So Legolas is actually quite tough. And when you see him fight the orc or troll in Rivertown, there are some brute force strength moves that he is able to push strength for strength and even overpower this really big orc goblin.
I know I got Helm's Deep mixed up for a bit there, but it's Lake Town.
Lake Town, oh. Thank you. So yes, elves do have generally in Lord of the Rings greater strength.
Yeah.
And I don't look. Elves are just better than humans and everyone else in every way in Lord of the Rings. They're friggin' immortal.
That's racist.
They are though. I got it from an objective scale. If you just have a look, they're stronger.
Oh yeah.
They're immortal.
Oh yeah. Who
They're
stuck
on
around?
average prettier.
Who stuck around? Huh? Who stuck around? The time of the elves is ending.
They just couldn't hack it. They gave up.
Yeah, the elves couldn't hack it. Humans could.
Piss and vinegar.
And lambus bread too.
But were they just not reproducing enough, the elves?
If they were so pretty and they live forever and everything's perfect, why weren't they banging 24/7?
Did humans win just because they were,
We weren't dragons, but we are horny.
It take longer to come to terms.
And it also.
We are going in weird places. Let's get back to this clip. The chat will let us know, I'm sure.
It also takes away from, women elves are just as strong and good warriors as man elves until they have a baby. If they have a baby, it takes down their strength and skill.
Is that canonical?
So maybe
Yes,
they
it
just
is.
don't want babies.
That's what happened to Gladriel.
Really?
Yeah, she was a warrior, but then she had a baby.
Warrior?
So
you just said she was a warrior. Was she a warrior?
Well, she was a female elf like the rest of them without a baby, and then she had a thing, and then she was a politician.
Someone said it takes elves, I don't know if this is true or not, it takes elves 9 years to have a baby.
Yeah.
Whoa!
See, I thought so.
Well, then, humans would beat them just through outbreeding
If
them.
that's true, I thought there might be
Damn,
a case.
demographics.
We need that confirmed, though. We've
We've already got it confirmed that demographics in Middle Earth change.
This is true.
So if a human had a baby with an elf,
Yeah, how long is the... Well, I guess it depends.
9 years and 9 months.
I would say 9 years if the female was an elf, or just as long as a human if the female was the human in the joining the relationship. That's my guess. All right, going back to this, okay?
this happened really quickly. No, okay, moving on.
Moving on. So, just the position doesn't convey strength. You'd think if they really wanted to show a powerful, push or anything like that, maybe he would leverage it and, leverage it over his shoulders, and then he kind of falls forward with the force of propelling it. That would help sell the motion. It looks so fake because it's just literally like that. Like if you watch, right, he's one-handed here.
Kobe.
And now he's suddenly two-handed. So already we see a continuity error. So do you see this, right? There are so hand on knee, and then it goes, and suddenly two hands on sword. Quality editing, guys.
Looks like there's a dead elf in the corner right there.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe he's
Or
committing
just-
seppuku.
Or he's just... Oh. Yeah, totally.
So, they have a lot of money to make this show look pretty. There's a lot of shots where some of the sets actually look half decent, some of the effects look half decent, but then they still have, printed on, armor stuff. As good quality as this, guys. Get it on our spring store.
We should make the scale mail version.
Yeah, maybe. So, there's all that, yet there are multiple signs of them being kind of amateurs at this. They're not really experienced, continuity errors, problem with the way things look.
Do you think Deadline could play a role into this?
I don't know. How much, how many millions per episode have they sunk into this?
But do you think maybe they're rushing through it?
But the other thing is, the showrunners don't have a large track record either. They're not very experienced. And so this is just another sign of that, where continuity, massive problem, literally a cut between a hand in a different position, now it's two hands on swords, and then look at the force and everything. It's just there. They didn't even try and get him to convey power, leverage, effort.
And is that what's his name? Elrond?
I don't think so. No, Elrond's not with it, because there are other scenes of them exploring this area in the snow and then discovering Sauron and stuff. And no, Elrond isn't with us. So it's just one of these other elves, I think. And so, again, so she starts being propelled upwards before the sword even moves, and so it's just her jumping now. And then it looks like complete wire work. It doesn't look like a natural arc through the air.
Yeah, and you could break that up by having like a close-up shot of the sword moving, throwing her foot. You know, that would actually break it up, but no.
Why did she slash it though? Why didn't she stab it?
Yeah, exactly. And then it raises, like, so see the sword here, right? The sword is not even touching. It's really blurry because it's low quality, but you can see this is the sword line, and that's the feet. And so he's just following her. He's actually not really assisting the jump in any measure. And then it looks like this cheap kind of, especially this part. This part.
Oh, look at her. She looks very awkward.
Really awkward. You can. It really looks like she's just on wires or something here.
She looks like she's really trying really hard to balance herself.
Exactly. And if you wanted to convey something with power, she's got this weak, like, strike in the air. Imagine if she had two hands and she's spinning through the air. She's just like, whoa, and does this big slash into the orc to try and sell the motion. Whereas this looks really weak. Really weak. And we'll just play it at normal speed and you can just see it. So,
and the slash doesn't turn her body at all?
yeah, exactly. You're absolutely right. There are problems upon problems, and this is like only a couple of seconds. This is the sneak peek of what we can expect in Rings of Power, guys. And then the question is, right, why was this needed? Because the guy isn't really helping her in the jump, but say she wanted to get elevation. There's lots of rocks around the side that you could run up the rocks or something like that.
Look cooler.
Exactly. And it's taking this guy essentially out of the fight to do something pointless and stupid.
But he swishes his cape away in a cool way.
It's again, you can have things just for the cool factor if you sell it. There's nothing selling or justifying this.
Yeah, this isn't what Gandalf meant when he said "fly, you
She's not even
fools."
flying in the right direction.
No, she's not. She's like completely missed him. It would have been like the way that you sell it. She lands on top of the troll to try and maybe stab down at his neck or something like that. But again, she could have probably just run up the side of the
What did
rocks.
the troll ever do to them?
It's probably trying to kill him.
It looked like it killed one of
Looks
the mates.
like there's a place a troll would hang out.
But also, right,
It does.
Legolas-
They're invading his home. How?
Legolas couldn't penetrate troll hide at point blank range with his bows on his back. So, and he was firing 3 arrows with a big draw. So, what's this sword going to do?
I wonder if this is why they wanted those really big swords, just for this exact moment. Justify something long enough to, we got this cool thing, but we need a big enough sword to try and justify it, which they're not. And they give them those really, or they had the really big swords and it's like, hey, they're big, maybe we'll just do this cool thing with it.
But it wasn't cool.
It wasn't cool.
They were deceived.
And then she doesn't even end up striking this is nearly at his waist or thigh, so he could have just run towards it.
She's flying past it. She could have just held the sword out and slashed it as she went past, but she goes for a slash with her hand.
Downward slash at the leg. And again, the troll here doesn't look to be in an aggressive... Obviously it's fighting him, but it's not really looking at them by this blurry image. And so she could have just run up and slashed it.
Blind.
No. The creators of the show are.
And so, wow. Holy crap.
Silly.
Rings of Power. Gotta be great. Oh, it'll be fun to roast it. Look, if there are good moments, we're going to acknowledge it, all right? But at the moment, so much of what we're seeing is top-tier cringe. Oh, boy.
I say, cast it into the fire.
Cast it into the fire.
Destroy it.
What's chat saying there, Nathan?
Yeah, they're all just tearing it down as well. A lot of them just saying how... What's led up to this? Half of it isn't even canon in Tolkien's work and misinterpreting a lot of stuff. And just how poor it looks. Some people are saying it might be mismanagement of just, because no one's worked on a show before, people might just not know how to manage their time either.
Yeah, TV shows now are like shoe factories. They just want to make them as cheap as possible and get them out. And
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. And so, we're not through the cringe yet. There's more. So,
More cringe.
Nathan, if you could take this down, I'll bring up the new thing. Ready? So, all right. Let me get it.
Is that us?
That's us.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
it's Siri from The Witcher.
yeah, we'll leave it in the small thing. Get your guys' reactions. I've seen this. Have you guys seen anything like this?
Nope.
Okay. So let's.
I think I might have heard something about it.
These are they're called power players, the Power Players, and it was like a press promo thing that they've released of Entertainment Weekly, where, man, they are shilling for this show so hard. But these were the releases. These are kind of the showcases. And we get some really close-up views of their outfits and stuff here. But my instant impression is like,
Why is it so frayed?
this looks so natural. Like, it's just like...
We have Galadriel at home.
It's just so posed. I don't know, is that the intent? But it just doesn't... It's not
Staring
impressing.
into my soul.
I feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I know. It does make you a bit uncomfortable, doesn't it?
The speed of it. This is the regular speed they
This
released.
is the regular speed. And it's like, look at us.
She looks like the lady that sold me mushrooms that one time.
I don't know, like... Now, we are going to go through it again and have a look at the costume and stuff. Oh, man, Elrond looks awful in this.
If you get
hair
Matt
is
Damon
up to me.
and, like, just extrude his forehead and chin, you get that guy.
His hair isn't doing
Nerd
him
Cookies has
any
the greatest take
favors.
for this version. Oh, it's Peter Pan, it's not Elrond. It's totally just Peter Pan.
Unless you're a
Look like
run-of-the-mill
Peter Pan.
gardener.
Like this, yeah, Peter Pan, perfect casting for Peter Pan, not Elrond. Oh,
At least he doesn't have a weird expression. Well, actually, he just has a weird
and he
face.
see, he doesn't look tough. He doesn't look like a warrior. Now this guy, yeah, okay,
Nice hammer.
is
I
a
like
bit
that
tough.
hammer.
I think
Obviously fake nose.
out of them all, this is the only one. Ready? Wait for it. That looked.
Ooh.
He has more with that slight eyebrow thing. He has more character than all the other characters combined.
With that chin.
It's just
is
like
that just wood?
he looks like he's looking at something that he doesn't understand. He's like, what is that?
Breastplate's just
His real name's
wood.
Clarence.
So this is the activist, not my words. The actress said she is an activist, and the character she's playing is also an activist.
Apparently she didn't even grow up in...
She was there for 1 month. Yeah, I read that. Gil Galad. Just call him Gil. Hey,
Does
Gil.
he have a sore tummy?
So they're making him
His
That guy
ears
would
look a
look
bit
weird.
douchey, like a jerk. Is he a bit of a jerk in the?
No, he's the one.
streets?
No. He's not a douche. He just made all the rings. Oh wait, no, he didn't. Oh, sorry, can I get that wrong? Gil-galad didn't make the rings. It was I've forgotten his name already, but an older guy.
Okay. Oh, there's the Queen.
Yes.
Yes, Queen.
What the?
Looks awful. Sorry, like
Is that an optical illusion or something?
I don't know. What
That's
do
what it felt
they do to? It makes it look like a 3D image. I don't know what they did to the face there.
This dude's Sauron. Do you know how I know?
How do you know?
He's a white guy. I guarantee you, he is Sauron. I guarantee it.
Okay.
He's a wannabe model.
Stupid, sexy Sauron.
Yeah, I know. They're trying to make him sexy, this guy. Like, just even the opening of
hair,
the... Look at him, they got their hair
blowing in the
blowing.
wind. It's not
So,
smart.
this guy, he looks tall. He doesn't look short like a half-foot or hobbit's supposed to be.
The proportions are different.
Yeah, it just doesn't not give me... He looks like just, I don't know, some
He's
Radagast
standing
wannabe.
on his own, though.
That is apparently Isildur.
No, I thought... No,
No.
it's Isildur's father, isn't it?
That's I don't know if it's... No, I'm pretty sure that's Isildur.
Let us know, chat, who this guy is. Because I think I made a mistake where I said Isildur was going to be in it, but it might have been his father. not
That's
him.
the guy who made the rings.
Okay.
Forget his name, though. He kind of looks a bit like a hobbit.
Yeah.
His head.
Actually, you're right.
It's a bit like Bilbo.
Yeah.
Bilbo and Legolas had a kid. He looks like
I've
old
read that
Orlando
fan fiction.
Bloom. He looks like old Orlando Bloom.
Wait. Who's pregnant in that? Oh, of course, Globalist.
for 9 years.
Yeah.
But man, they hold... And so that's... Oh, no, this is a new one. This is another one. There's another one. We'll go through this one as well. And so... I've seen this memed on Twitter already, that if you just added text of the things, it's basically the Twilight ending credits after the last film.
The Brave and the Bold opening.
Oh, yes!
No, the beautiful and the bold.
Something like
the
that.
bold and the beautiful.
The bold and the beautiful.
Wow, you are right. It gives me those vibes also. Oh man, this
It's like
is
a fever dream at the end of someone's life.
she's singing.
Her half brother just showed up and she's pregnant with his son.
Oh man, this is it really. You're right. This is like also CW, but also like bad drama.
It's a bloody hobbit. Look at him.
Yes. And right,
look
he's
like a
even
hobbit.
got the playful kind of Bilbo, like, oh look at me. There we go, people.
My favourite episode of Bold and the Beautiful so far.
Oh yeah. Oh, so what has chat's reaction been?
Oh, they are loving it. Before as well, when we were showing different characters, people were just saying different things. Some people were saying, you know, it does look like a CW show. A lot of chat is saying it has that same quality.
Yeah.
People, you know, just celebrating seeing the Dwarf Queen on screen.
And hopefully, like the CW shows, they'll be cancelled.
I don't know. See, Wheel of Time is
Aren't they
the
already filming
horrifying,
season 2?
horrifying example that they're not cancelling Wheel
In
of Time.
November, maybe.
I think it's sunken cost fallacy. They're not going to give up. They are just going to...
Too big to fail.
I don't know. It'll be like a tax break loss thing that Amazon can use.
We can talk about the money side of it if you want, Shad.
Maybe, but first let's get back to this, right? So, yeah, I don't think they're going to give up. They're going to double, triple, quadruple down, and we will be there for the entire journey. So, all right, now we'll go slowly close up. We really get to see the outfit that she was wearing in the snow area, okay? And it's supposed to be chainmail, but it's so thin and small, I'm guessing...
And very loose.
Mithril, as a result. This is Elven Chain Mithril. Couple of problems, okay? If it's Mithril, it doesn't look shiny enough to be Mithril.
Yeah.
Okay? This looks like just steel
Mithril
iron.
is white silver, basically.
Like, it's supposed to be really, really...
And
like,
does Mithril fray?
No.
Mithril can be so fine it looks like a cloth. Like if you see the Mithril shirt Frodo has in Peter Jackson 1, it looks like material,
This
basically.
looks very old.
It does.
And it's fraying at the sleeves,
But-
even though it's metal.
Frodo's one looked really shiny and lustrous.
White.
Yeah. Where this looks dull, like
And
it's...
glowing.
Maybe that people are saying it just wasn't maintained, but as a result, I don't get Mithril vibes from it. I get like really weak, bad faux chainmail as a result.
I do like the idea of the ornamental stars on it.
Well, it looks really poorly made because look at
But-
how frayed and ragtag this crap is.
Yeah.
Look at the
Maybe it's
the
like...
sleeve here.
Maybe they're gonna say it's like leftover armor from some
Just not moving around, it'll show
old
up.
battle she was in
I'll
or
try and get it
something.
down. So if we go full screen on this, I want everyone to try and look closely at it. Look at the sleeve. Look how frayed and just broken apart this is. So we'll bring it back down. And the other thing is, if this is like elven chain, something that's really fine and everything, and it's made by the elves, it would be tailored, I think, and far more smooth and tight fitting, where this looks like it's just rags thrown together, tied up, and looks awful as a result. And then just...
I wish I had that hair.
Again, it's like they don't know how to make something look cool. We'll just stick stars on it. And it just randomly, not in a nice pattern or anything like that. Look at the patterns
I
that...
like the idea of it, just not the execution.
Well, yes, exactly. Because if you can draw parallels from history. If you look at brigandines, everything like that, it's like, oh, there's all these kind of studs on the surface. They actually, what if we arrange the studs in an interesting pattern? And if you look up historical brigandines, you'll see some with these really nice-looking patterns of the studs for the metal, and they could have done something like that. And so it looks just like...
I just wonder why it's so loose-fitting.
Yeah, and see, we
Wouldn't
can
that
actually...
get in the way?
Well, yeah, it could get snagged on things. Now, loose-fitting chainmail comes up only in certain aspects historically, but it's like it hangs down on the sleeves a bit. Is the
A
most
swallow sleeve sort of thing.
And it's just because it wasn't tailored sometimes, and then they might tie in leather cords in the chainmail, tighten it to get the chainmail to cut to actually hold to the body smoother. And so all these folds and everything on this chainmail
Even
could
around
get
her
snagged
waist.
and
Folding over the
yeah,
belts.
and it's like they've done, but pull it down, get it a bit smooth and tight on you.
Yeah, even I pull my thing down because mine does that.
And if she is going to be warrior, like an actual warrior and everything like that, tie back your hair. Like,
Oh, that's just a lady thing in every action movie ever.
where the hair is just flowing.
Yeah.
Well, I'll call that out as well as this. It's like, if they're going to be action, at least Lara Croft put it in a braid, you know, or they cut it short.
I was just thinking about Lara Croft.
Yeah.
Last night.
I did like
And
the
so-
Angelina Jolie braids.
I don't know, as a warrior, if they're going the warrior thing, yeah, they could have just braided it in a nice big elven braid or something like that, but just having it just hang down.
Maybe because she always.
I wish,
puts her
like,
hair
the
down
troll
Lord
just
of the
grab it and
Rings.
swing it around.
To be fair,
Legolas didn't have it tied in.
neither
He was
Legolas,
brushed
No,
back.
he
Not-
had a half. He had half up, half down, and braids on the side.
Aragon, Boromir, Gimli.
They had short hair though.
No?
Shoulder length.
Okay, short.
We're
short
not
length.
talking about down to waist. That's waist length
Okay,
hair.
well, what about Gimli's beard? That got grabbed, but by Aragon.
It saved
But
his
it
life.
won't go in his. It won't go in his eyes.
You make an interesting point. Well, maybe the same thing might happen to her.
Maybe, yeah. She's about to fall and someone grabs her hair to save her. But they could have done it if it was in a braid.
And elves have long hair.
Well, she can't braid it. It'll be
One of the
cultural
things that you
appropriation.
saw in Lord of the Rings is that their hair was specifically usually brushed back to get it out of the face. That,
Wasn't it
if she's
always
jumping
slicked
around,
back
throwing, it's going to get all in the way.
Galadriel in Lord of the Rings had a. Did she have like a crown sort of thing?
Yeah, she had a, like.
She still had it flowing
She
down
had a
the sides of
special
her
way.
face, but she wasn't fighting anyone.
That's because she did magic. She didn't need to.
And so we get a really good close-up of Galadriel's back scabbard in the other part, in this one. So have a look at this. So, see that see that back scabbard? Like, right there?
Microphone's in the way.
How's she going to draw it? Again, it's like, not, we see that's a fully enclosed back scabbard right there.
Her arms wouldn't
Is
be
it?
that long.
See, it's fully enclosed. And it's a big sword. It's just saying, you know, there's been video and research done on this.
Doesn't even look like an elven sword.
Maybe she's just got it
You
there
know,
for traveling, not
I
for like
think you-
fighting.
You might have a point there. Does this really look like an elven sword?
No,
I might agree with you
it's
there.
like
Oz.
garbage.
Garbage.
They've tried to make it flowing, okay, but there's already a precedent of like elven-looking weapons.
Yeah.
And we see Sting, we see Glamdring, and also Orkrist. They have like, you know, flowed blades, but the hilts actually look more simple, but usually had like a flow to them. But this is like they've gone overboard.
Well, they also sometimes do the opposite as well. Sometimes they have more angled parts, like with Gandalf's sword and the blade that was broken. What was that called again?
Is that an elven sword?
Yeah.
No, I thought that was made by the Numenorians. We're talking about Narsil now.
Is Narsil an elven sword or a Numenorian sword?
I thought it was made by
elven.
I thought it was made by the race of men.
Okay, but it was reforged by the elves.
Yes, it was reforged by the elves. All right, so there we go. Galadriel. Doesn't you know, impress.
She looks like she's part of a Egyptian period piece.
I know. I've actually heard people say that Numenor was supposed to actually appear more advanced than Gondor and in the later periods, but it looks like they've tried to go more
Roman
classical
Empire.
Romanesque style in the opposite direction. And there's stuff here that must be there for ornamentation, but it doesn't really make it look fancy, like these weird scales around her waist. It's like, okay.
She's part fish.
Maybe if they had that flowing into the dress.
So just cut.
And I think she was poorly cast as a Numenorian. I do not get Numenorian queen vibes at all. For pretty clear reasons.
But she's
because
got Middle Earth in her eyes.
yes, dude. All right, is there Middle Earth? Look at our previous Rings of Power video if you want to talk about that. I don't see Middle Earth. Am I an authority to be able to say that?
I think we need to get a little closer.
Man, the way that this looks cringe. Very little character is conveyed in this, except the dwarf. The dwarf got to raise his eyebrow.
I see more character in the opening for MasterChef. That's what they do for the opening of MasterChef.
Is it because it feels like that we're so great that they're just kind of getting high off their own farts? Because
I think I know what it is.
What?
It's it's a lens setting, because lens settings can make your face look different depending on what the lens setting is, and I think that's
or
what
the
they've got.
distance.
Yeah, lens setting and distance. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Is it focal point?
Yes,
Is that
the
what-
focal point is
Yeah.
someone who's doing this doesn't know how to do photography.
oh dear.
It looks like they, instead of zooming into the shot, the camera zoomed into their face.
the Half-Foot. The Hobbit, basically.
Why has she got this like stuff in her hair? Wait, those are
Camouflage?
those are the Australian
Gum
tree.
nuts.
Gum nuts, yeah.
You're right.
Well, they have them in New Zealand. don't
What's
they?
weird, right?
Oh.
It reminded me of like art that I saw long ago. Like sometimes it was on calendars, everything like about like fairy pixie creatures with the things in their hair. But it was now I realise that was Australian art with that type of stuff. But
I'm pretty sure America has
oh, okay, they probably do. Yeah, just
variations of. And I'm pretty sure
it
New
just gives
Zealand
you
has
it
all
creeps
the
you
same.
out. You're like, stop looking at me.
Those leaves look fake though.
So Elrond just looks like I don't know some lawyer, Middle
He turns
Earth
around
lawyer.
like this and goes.
And he's like, even
Like
the play, like, why do they choose to have his arm placed there?
I don't know.
It's just like they're trying to make him look very effeminate to me. Really,
Yeah,
like
no doubt.
They've emasculated Elrond. He's not this tough warrior anymore, which he was historically, and now he's going to be like, as we saw in many of their sneak peeks and stuff, the war is over. He's like again,
The
he's like.
war is over.
And then they just hold it for ages.
He's blink. They slowed down the blink. It makes him look like a woman. Like
So-
feminine.
This guy
Is he a dwarf?
is a dwarf.
His feet
He-
are very small.
You're right. Usually, so especially in the Hobbit ones, they made the dwarves have pretty big feet to kind of convey the.
and they gave him massive, thick gloves and big arm
And
stuff.
big shoulders.
Yeah.
He still looks dwarven enough for me. I mean, the beard and he actually looks like. Actually, no, he looks kind of tall, doesn't he?
Yeah, because the entertainment thing. If they wanted
Yeah.
to make him look like their size, they
What they should have exactly. They have a point of reference because of this logo. They should have had the characters appear in their height
And-
compared to the
Or
other
just
characters.
change the proportions.
And it's-
Wider shoulders, bigger feet.
Well, I mean, that will require special effects. But with what Lord of the Rings did, is they gave them bigger costume parts on their
Yeah,
arms and.
you can still kind of do that.
Well, yeah, it doesn't look like they did it with their feet. I want to
Nose
go.
looks real fake.
The nose feels alright to me. The hammer. It's
Oh,
I
okay.
don't agree with the hammer.
I don't agree with them.
Pick thing. They think it looks fake.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, it looks.
It looks
thought it was
light.
plastic.
There's no weight. You're right. It looks light. See how it's just hanging like easily and is not like. And the actor could have outsold this by having the arm kind of like pull down. He has to like pull it up and goes.
Yeah, you can do it really easily. Unless it wiggles like it does.
Yeah.
Women are so weak.
Okay.
What that strength come from?
Yeah, they make it look. He's like daintily holding it from the top. You're right. It makes it look very, very fake. The design, I don't like.
Does that one wiggle when he puts it down?
We'll look closely, but a couple of things about the design. The pick is too large. They could have flattened the pick part to make it more functional. And I reckon the front. This is
getting
weird.
hit by that,
This
though.
is weird. See how it's got like a point on it? It goes down into something like that. Hammers. That's bad for hammers because it means it has a high chance of glancing off. They actually did the opposite, where they put like points on the corners, so it has a chance of catching on whatever you struck, and transfer more force. And so the hammer's actually a very poor design
Couldn't they
for
have
combat.
Couldn't they have some negative space near the head?
Yeah, exactly. So sometimes it curves in, but they've done the exact opposite because of the people who made it don't know much about combat weapons armor, or they didn't consult with people who did. The beard looks all right. Hair's a bit scraggly. And then the eyebrow is the only one who gives it like that bit of a character. Ah, the Sylvan Elf. So,
What's with his skirt thing?
yeah, he's wearing some kind of long coat.
Is it painted or is it?
You're
or is
right.
that supposed to be a natural
Yeah.
pattern from whatever animal they skinned?
I have no idea.
Shouldn't it be green? He's a.
Is that what he was wearing? Because the promos seem to have indicated that he was enslaved by some goblins or orcs, and he broke
Oh,
free.
okay.
And so maybe that was some of his
that one
slave
of
stuff.
the trailers.
The cuirass, I don't mind.
But
Okay,
what's it made of? Like wood?
it looks like leather, tanned, bleached, or something like that.
It's
you
got
could get a
grain
colour on it.
though.
Yeah, it zooms in on
Closer
it
up,
if
it's
you
got a grain.
press play. See?
You're right.
It's made of wood.
It's like it's made out of wood. I don't know.
Or maybe just someone put a lot of effort into making leather or metal look like wood.
So it's
Not
funny how
miles,
people
mate.
brought up his haircut in the
Yeah, chat's bringing that up too now. They're like,
Where's the
where are you
salon?
going to fade from?
If it shows the orcs cutting it off,
Oh my goodness, like if he was a slave and they manicured his hair like that to get a nice fade or like one of the things about slavery, you'd think they'd have long hair and scraggly because they get no treat. Like
Well,
there's a barber shop in
are
this.
they
Or
a
if
field
they just,
slave or a
like,
house
shave
slave?
it off.
Well, it
Maybe he could
depends.
have scars on his head. That would look
Maybe
cool.
he's not a slave. Maybe I'm reading into the trailer and stuff, but we'll see. We'll see. It doesn't look like an elven haircut at all.
That pin might stab him in the face if he's not careful.
They did. That's based off of some historical pins, but I
Shouldn't
wonder
the pin
it
be
might.
facing
Yeah,
away
you might
from
want
his
to put it
face,
the other
though?
way. And now again, his face just looks like he's looking at something that's confusing him. He's like, what
Chat's
is?
asking why he's so angry.
Yeah. Like,
What did we do?
what's going on? And the activist lady, some rags, Numenorian dress, suppose if she is Numenorian.
No, she fled Numenor and now she's an
Like-
activist against it.
She's ruined the character already by politicizing it. So now when I look at this character, I don't think, oh, what is this character? What is the story? I think, political activist. Great. You know? Yeah. He hold it for so long.
Look at his cape.
Yeah.
The cape.
Yeah.
I feel like if we lived in a fantasy world, this is what Donald Trump would wear.
So,
The orcs are bad people? Okay.
you know how you guys reviewed Andor?
Yeah.
I've heard statements that
Trumpian.
Oh,
That-
Nathan said he cut it.
No, these are comments.
These
Oh,
are
okay.
comments.
He
Okay,
didn't
not me.
cut
Whew.
anything.
Scared me.
Comments that they want to make it like a allegory of Trumpian times and stuff in Andor. So
How does that make any
politicizing-
sense?
Don't they say it's really cool how it's like Trumpian times?
Yeah, the rise of
Where
the
does that word even
empire
come
and
from?
authoritarianism and yeah, because anyway, I'm cutting myself short there. Maybe we'll do a deep dive on it on a bit
Palpatine
later.
sniffing Darth Vader's neck. Oh, you smell good, Anakin. Hey, little Annie, get on my lap.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, Luke, sit right here.
Going back to this image, I don't know. Like it looks, the
Why
material.
is he holding his tummy?
He's not Batman.
And something like this maybe would slip under the radar if I wasn't caused to be hyper focused and on all of this. But all the bad signs make me now watching very close. Like, all right, no benefit of the doubt. We're going to look at everything. This feels very average to me. It does look cheap. I might not have criticized it if everything else was good and I not even noticed.
Too shiny.
But it looks plasticky
Everything
a bit.
is
yeah.
shiny. His cape is shiny. His shirt is shiny. The thingamajigs
Like,
over the top is
I think
shiny.
about
There's no contrast.
Is it Legolas's dad in The Hobbit? Like his outfit, I didn't get any weird vibes from. It looked pretty.
It's not shiny.
Maybe that's it. The leaves in his hair, I think that's fine. He does look like I don't know, overly stern. Is that?
Seeing her leg was weird.
Yes, they try like.
See,
Remember, the actress is saying they want this character to be seen as a thing of beauty. A curvaceous woman as a thing of beauty. And so, out of all the
Where's the
characters,
slit go? So
I don't know,
way
it
up?
seems a little conspicuous that they decided to show the leg for this character because this is the one we want you to be attracted to. Or seen as a thing of beauty. It just gives me weird vibes. The outfit looks, again, just like rags. What is she wearing? It looks awful, this.
She's got Triforces on her. She's a fan of Legend.
Yeah, she. Yeah, and like. Alright, man.
Her eyes look very catty.
Yeah, it's the focal point. That's why everything looks out of proportion and weird.
It looks like she's got cat eyes.
They said that there will be female dwarves with beards, but the only female dwarf they've shown, smooth as baby's bottom. So.
You watch, there'll be some big thing about she shaved her beard to flex on Dwarven society or something.
Not the Dwarven Queen.
Hey, it's Sauron.
Sauron, and yeah, like they got the Luke up top and his look a bit more. Get those eyes smouldering.
Nice. That's probably his pickup line. Yeah. I see you. Hey, babe, want a ring? No, not that one.
I see you. And then half-foot guy.
He's the grumpy old man.
The squeeze. The strange.
There's wanderings, Bruno, wanderings.
Oh, those lines are so
hair
bad.
Connected to his... Does he have mutton chops, or is that just long hair?
I think they're supposed to be mutton chops, but it doesn't
look like
naturally
they're connected.
It looks like sheep fur. I know, because I'm an expert.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, yeah? You like sheep? Oh, that was not good.
So, the only guy that even looks close to a cool warrior is the dwarf.
Yeah.
This guy looks weak and, I don't know, a bit simpy, just saying.
It's my 111th
It's the colours
birthday.
as well. The colours also make him look like a hobbit.
Yeah, I don't mind his
The
outfit,
hobbits are
actually.
green and red.
Out of a lot of the outfits, this is the
Earthy
one
colours.
that I think is okay. There's a bit of satin in there. There's an appropriate amount of sheen for the type
It's a
of
nice
material.
outfit, but the colours don't look elf. They look hobbit.
The cloak almost looks like colour shifting. This almost looks like an elven cloak a bit. Like
I don't know. I get Hobbit vibes, like when they return from the war.
the actor looks Hobbit vibes, but the outfit, I don't mind the outfit. But
Reminds me
yeah,
of something from Skyrim.
yeah.
Imperial
And then we get to
And then we get the bold and the
the
beautiful.
bold and the beautiful.
Opening.
Oh yeah. Hey, close up of the arrows. There we go. They did like actual put in effort in the arrows.
Oh no, Shad, look closely.
Oh wait. You're right. Let's.
Yep.
Those are plastic friggin' knocks!
I spotted the last one too.
Bastards! What are you doing?
Why didn't you let him live in
Gosh,
bliss?
yeah.
My L5C.
Let him live.
Oh my gosh! I'm getting it out. That's it.
He's pulling his dick out, folks. Oh, arrow. Okay. Sorry, guys.
It's not hard. See this wooden knock top? What?
Because I said, "What do you want to go?" I'm getting it out.
yeah.
Pull his dick out. And they're like, "It's not hard."
It isn't hard. It's not hard at all.
But you do have a hate boner for this show. Understandably, me too.
Plastic knocks. But look, at least they tried to hide it. They put in a little bit more effort with the string. Yeah.
Aye.
Oh, that little wink right there.
Shad is quivered.
I am quivered. It's the dwarf. I don't know. I like him.
Character,
He's the
yeah.
most likable character so far.
He smiled at us.
Yeah, maybe. That's all it takes is smiling.
I don't know, because in real life he's Welsh.
I like him even more now.
Oh, is that the king?
It's the king dwarf, I think.
Oh.
I mean,
his outfit didn't give me regal vibes.
oh really? Oh yeah. But I think the characters
he's
could
wearing
smile a
gold,
bit more.
so-
You know, Gladriel, she could smile.
Oh, don't say that.
Oh, I have.
Don't say that.
Gladriel, give us a smile. Just you'd be a bit more likable.
I
with
want
your
the
smile.
Don in this show.
Yes.
He's got a horse.
What hurts?
What?
Telling Gladriel, you'd look nicer if you
I
smiled.
mean, everyone looks nice with a smile. That's why I smile.
I like this guy because he's smiling. It's a truism of reality.
Oh, he looks happy.
Like, I don't think there's anything wrong. It's just like, if you're wanting to be a bit likable, smiling helps.
Yeah,
I'm just
whereas
saying.
Galadriel just has resting elfin witch face.
Yes.
She looks high.
Yeah, a little
She's
bit,
going
doesn't
like,
she?
hey, what up?
Yeah, you're right. Like, oh, what up?
She looked like she'd gone to Burning Man.
And Elrond, again,
You've got glasses on and we've
his
got
lips.
Nathan, basically. Is the Wi-Fi working? What's the...
Why are you kissing his hand?
Nathan, we're going to get you this guy's outfit.
Hold on, let me just...
Tussle your hair a bit, grow it out.
a little bit more on the side.
You're not kissing your
Wrong
mouth.
side.
You're not
Wrong
kissing
way.
your
Oh,
hand enough.
Wrong way.
Kiss your
other way.
hand.
Oh, yeah.
I can't see.
I
I'm blind
know.
right now.
He's being very.
My glasses!
He's being very gentle with his hand there, isn't he?
Why is he licking his finger?
Yeah, and it's in his mouth a bit. It's just like.
Yeah.
He just touched Galadriel's ring, he's licking his finger.
I know. It's like they go out of their way to make him look weak and effeminate in everywhere he appears.
He's like, I love my finger. Hello, missus. It's like,
Oh my goodness!
it's like you caught him in the act. Like, oh, I love my finger. Oh, I love my finger. Oh, hey, dude, what's up?
Why is she
Let me do her
screaming?
voice. Let me do her voice.
Yeah,
Go back,
okay,
go back.
go.
No, you're going to take a bit further.
Okay, a bit further back, right here. So, I mean, if they're wanting to avoid stereotypes, I'm just saying, why did they have her...
To be funny,
You know...
she she walks through Moria. You get a Mithril shirt. You get a Mithril shirt. Everyone gets a Mithril shirt.
It's just...
And then they awaken the barrel. He's like, it's Ellen.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's funny.
What?
So, she escaped Iran, yet she's literally wearing a headscarf.
Moving on. I don't know. Nothing.
She stayed.
Oh my
Nothing
goodness.
came from this. Yeah, just random person there, and then Queen, because Queen power, and then she slightly raises her head imperiously, like, see that?
And she looks like she's like, wait, the camera's going away.
Yeah,
Come back.
He's holding in a snake.
No, he's like,
why am I
just
here?
just kill me now. I made the biggest mistake joining this show.
He chose the most expensive X-Men costume.
It's just like, someone kill me, please kill me. They want the eyes again. This is just like, look, sexy Sauron.
Sexy Sauron. I love that. There's a theme song right there.
Oh, and then the gentle looking, he's misunderstood. It's just like, sympathy for
Just want to enslave the world.
I could change him.
Why is he using an arrow as a
Yeah, that's a bit weird. What is this
Holding it
thing?
onto his shirt.
Yeah.
Is that an arrow?
He's like, why? This little key is like, why are you looking at me? You know that meme where it's like the kid who's like, you know, that gives you that vibe. It's just like, what? Why did you look at? Oh, what's that over there? And
Hello,
He
my
looks
boy.
jolly.
he's happy. He's smiling. Good on you.
I don't like half as you have as well.
But then he goes all the way with it, and he's a bit like, look at my pixie fingers.
Jazz hands.
Wait,
Oh, he said,
go back.
come here and look at this.
Like-
Come here.
Wait.
Okay, ready, go.
Okay.
Oh, welcome to death. Come join me in the void.
Oh wow, this looks bad. We can take her down for a brief moment of respite. Oh boy. There we go. How are you, chat?
No gay Gilad, lol.
The fingers.
Celebrimbor, that's his name.
Alrighty. We probably how do we have many super chats to go through?
We've got a few, not many.
Not many. Alright, so we'll keep going. Well, don't worry, we'll get to you guys. We remember you. Sup, nerds? Not much.
Oh.
They say, yeah, I'm
you
reading.
Who do you
clicked on
call
it.
a nerd?
I am nerds. So
I am nerds.
There's more than one.
I am all the Sith.
yeah, someone says just now got the notification. You know, that book it in your calendar. We try and do this same around time this time every week. Same with on Shadiversity and here. So this is Thursday night, Friday morning for us, I think. Yes,
Yeah,
it's Thursday
Thursday
night
night.
for the US, about Friday morning for us. Book it in your calendar. On Night's Watch, we do this every time. What?
Someone did a reference to the title of a movie in the thing, but they replaced a word with Hobbit. I saw you there. I saw it. Very funny.
So those are the main things that we wanted to react to. Amazing stuff.
So those pictures. What were the pictures?
I do have some pictures. Let me bring up the pictures. These are just some of the more recent releases of Rings of Power. So, Half Foots.
Damn, they don't have sunscreen in the show.
So we'll bring this up.
Also, Macy Williams is unavailable for this role.
I like the
Lantern.
Okay. That's about it.
Looks very makeshift.
Mm-hmm.
Do they all have crap in their hair?
I think they do. They just like to throw leaves in their hair. It's their form of fashion, I guess.
They did that with the brown wizard in
Yeah.
The Hobbit.
Yeah, but
He
he
was
had
also-
crap.
But that was too
He had, like-
extreme.
I had trouble looking at Radagast because of the bird crap down his face.
He literally had crap all over him.
Ugh, I hated it.
He's called the Brown Wizard for a reason.
And so, yeah, I think Nerd Cookies tweeted this as like Peter Pan. Like even his outfit looks Peter Pan.
I'm sorry. Look, I'm
His hair
sorry.
is very Peter Pan.
Nathan,
He has short hair
Yes.
too.
I'm sorry, but
No, I get it. It's a skinny white guy. Look, I wouldn't go to a battlefield without training, okay?
Yeah.
And he doesn't look like a battle warrior.
The key is he's not Elrond.
Mm.
This is not Elrond.
El Wrong, which is Spanish for
What?
the wrong.
And Elrond
Ooh.
and the other
I
guy.
like that colour.
I don't mind his outfit here.
Yeah.
The outfit actually looks half decent in this one.
The
helmet-
shoulder pads give me a bit of a Star Trek vibe.
You're right. You're right. His shoulders are pretty.
He looks like he's contemplating murdering Elrond with that hammer.
You know, it's like, would anyone know?
Mm.
Maybe not.
And he's really weak.
But the thing is, like, the set looks pretty decent here in the back. So there's
Doesn't look elven though. Oh, up here it
little
does,
bit.
but this stuff doesn't look elven.
I think it does. That's all right.
Nitpicking.
We'll see. They've sunk heaps of money in, so I expect we will see some half-decent sets and visuals. It's not going to redeem it. Don't let it fool you. Don't get fooled by the shinies.
Arrow's not space.
Yes, thank you. And some of the ones that we saw previously, we've already reacted to this. Look at it. Look at it. See that cloth. So, it's as high effort as this, guys. It's amazing.
It might.
And this is meant
It might supposed to be cloth. That might be the intention to be cloth.
Well, why?
Why
And
make
then,
it like
and
that?
because
then?
she's wearing armed guards.
She's wearing armed guards.
I don't think so.
Is that the word? Yeah, there's a
Gauntlets.
separation.
Braces, you mean?
Yeah,
Okay.
that one.
Oh, yeah, and so some of the other pictures I have are just the same, like this guy on a boat. Gladriel on a
Pretty
horse.
horse.
Why does the horse look more like Galadriel than she does?
That looks very Lord of the Rings dress.
What?
A little bit, yeah.
I don't like what they've put on the poor horse.
And then, this
He'll
one
be the
looked
bad guy of
fake.
the Numenorians,
Like the
guaranteed.
printed on kind of
Yeah, what?
kind of gold patterns. It looks very fake,
When
especially.
have you ever
Where's the
seen that
thread?
in any historical
Yeah.
clothing?
See this one? This is what threaded gold pattern looks like,
Mm-hmm.
and that's printed on. High effort. High effort. I'm being sarcastic. So, and I think that's it.
It looks
Oh,
like
there's this one.
What are
Numenorians. That's the Numenorian queen. Like great helmet for a battle. Like sometimes it's ornamental helmets, right? That you can find in history that were pretty silly, but the ones that went into battle, they're usually just like, all right, time to get something a bit more practical. Or in tournaments, they wanted something really like fancy to be
Did her
drawn
outfit
attention
change?
to.
She's wearing.
No, see, look at the
cloth,
folds
but
here.
she's
Cloth.
Yeah, that's cloth, but she's wearing shoulder pads things.
Yeah, shoulder pads, but you can definitely see the cloth here.
I think it's supposed to be
Look at that.
cloth.
Oh yeah, the armor doesn't look good. And again, Numenor is supposed to be more advanced than Gondor, and
Yeah, they can afford.
Don't
well,
really look it.
so
Numenor can afford Teesprings.
Just wearing pants.
so look at the horse armor here, right? See how there's
Is that
coloration?
supposed to be chainmail?
Like there's coloration on the scales here. This looks like it was just 3D printed, and they just no effort or care at all. Just very, very poor. And I think that might be. Oh yeah, this is the last one.
Now wait a minute, they didn't have.
Masks
Masks or
and
headsets.
headphones. And what is this? What is this?
They're still wearing masks in America.
This outfit isn't terrible. I
I kind of like it.
yeah, it's passable. I don't
It's
think
still very
it's still very
Roman.
Roman. Yeah,
Yes.
and I don't think it fits the
And her crown is kind of Egyptian.
yeah, a little bit. Alrighty, so we can bring that down, take it down. And there are a couple other things that we want to get to.
What the hell?
Actually, there's more.
No beards.
Was there an explosion at the cinnamon factory? What the hell happened?
Yeah, that's the Cheeto fingers Gladriel.
She's got her hair in a braid.
I don't like sand.
Hey, yeah, you're right. Maybe she woke
am.
up. It's like time to get braid this hair, get it out of the way.
She's wearing more armor.
Yeah, this is her other armor, the armor with the crest of someone else on it.
Did she wear that over the top of her other?
Maybe, because you can see how it's all
has
loose.
ornamental stars on it.
She looks like she was there when Sauron's tower fell down.
I'm just saying, if this was a different colour, it's like,
Grey.
some troll had diarrhea. And...
Oh.
That troll's dehydrated.
Powdery.
Looks like Joe Biden farted on her.
all right, so
There's a lady without a beard. There's all the ladies
you're
without
right.
beards.
Look at this lady. No, like
Another lady, no beard.
another lady.
Another lady, no
Another
beard.
lady.
Another lady, no
Another
beard.
lady. Don't believe our lying eyes. That was like last Lord of the Rings video. Literally, you have one of the person there saying, I was there where they painstakingly put the hairs in the beard. And it's like,
Are they going to try
What?
and say royal dwarves don't have beards?
I have no idea. Because look, you're right. These are all smooth chins that I'm seeing here. It's like, it feels like now they're doing it after the fact. These were released, and there was the outcry of no beards, and they're like, oh, there will be beards, and they're going to go in and try and fix it in post.
They're going to CGI beards on all the women.
They probably will.
We're going to have
Funny.
some, was it Henry Cavill when he had the mustache for Superman? We're going to get a whole bunch of reversed of that.
When he was doing Mission Impossible.
Yeah. And I've already kind of reacted to this, where the dwarves all look of a certain type, except one. I'm just saying one is standing out. And if you're going to do it, why aren't you doing it consistently? No, I don't think so.
She's got the facial proportions of someone who's not.
But I'm just saying, if they were going to be diverse and representative, why is there only one? Why didn't they make it... Where did she come from now?
Well,
it just makes it look...
one
Well,
right.
the king's not there.
I don't know. So that's all the images.
What was the one back? Did I miss one? No, I didn't. Okay.
Yeah, that's all of them. Okay. We'll bring up the chat, have a chat, and then we'll also... the next kind of part that we're going to get to is looking back. We're at 100,000 subscribers. We want to do a bit of a nostalgia kind of recap of where we came from and how we got here.
The sister act of the travelling ring.
Though let's catch up on the super chats now. Whatever ones that we have. So I will refresh them and bring them up.
Super chat.
She's a super chat.
Okay, so...
Super chatty.
Oh, we actually have a couple. Okay, cool. So, David P. for $40 US, thank you, sir, says, love your channels. Can you set up Streamlabs or something like it? Link so we can support you without Mama Susan taking her cut. Tolkien's work will far outlast the Amazon Rings of Power trash. I agree, and yes, that'll be a job for...
Yeah, can I show those behind the scenes?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't make sure you don't reveal too much.
Yeah, put your pants back on before
Make sure the stream key doesn't get
Yeah, no,
leaked
that's
or
not
anything.
going to be. But if I come over here, that's the wrong one. Okay, chat. So, Streamlabs I will hopefully do, but you need to understand the setup's a bit complicated. Okay, so we have me in my chair, and we have it set up so that if we move the camera here, you'll be able to see.
Hello!
Everyone there.
Oh, look at it!
All
Oh!
set up, so exciting. And we have the setup here, and basically everything.
Don't show it under the table with your pants, dude. Put your pants back on.
Works with this, okay? And this goes to YouTube. Now, if we were to do Streamlabs, we would need to sort out a lot of different things. And so...
It's on the books, but it'll be just about... Because
Just be patient.
there's a complex setup that to fit in something new into an already complex setup can be complex even more. Funny that.
Basically, you need to read the whole
But I agree. YouTube takes like a massive, way too big a cut. This is why even I haven't started. So on YouTube channels, you can have YouTube memberships, they take nearly 20% or something from it. It's ridiculous, more than Patreon, and Patreon still takes a larger cut, which is why the best ones to support us through is actually Utreon. Utreon takes a lower cut in the membership subscription donation model that they have than Patreon or memberships.
Yeah, but when they take the 20% cut, you're paying for the privilege of them throttling you in the algorithm.
I know, right? But thank you, David P. Appreciate that super chat. Night Clerk for $2 says, "Grats on 100K. Can't wait to see you hit 1 million." Wow.
Oh,
You have high hopes, sir, but thank you.
It's funny, right? I don't know. I feel like the 100K on Night's Watch is a greater achievement than even the 1 million on Shadiversity.
No.
Because it took the 100K, right, for any channel. Both, like, 100K was big for me on Shadiversity. It took me a lot longer to reach it than on Night's Watch. Because when you start out, you're barely getting no traction. And to get that traction is really difficult. And so 100K is a significant milestone. The 1 million is significant. I'm not saying it isn't. Though the views, right, is actually what matters in terms of your reach and stuff. And the views are kind of the same between 500,000 and 1 million.
Okay.
Because your viewer base gets so big that your viewer base starts to more rotate, and there is increase, and you do like to see growth, but the growth is slighter. 100K is when you really hit something significant overall. And we've been seeing that. Night's Watch has been doing great. We love you guys. Thank you for joining us. And the views, if you've noticed, the views have kind of hit that momentum, and that really happens around this point. So that's very encouraging. So Will for $20 US, thank you, sir. Subscribed to you guys a week ago. First time watching you guys live stream. Absolutely fantastic content. Keep killing it, guys. Thank you, man. That's awesome. I don't know. I appreciate that people enjoy the content we make.
But the truth is, you can't keep killing bad TV shows.
Oh, you
movies.
can. Oh,
they
you
keep
can.
coming. They just keep coming.
And there's just more to kill. Yeah. It's why we're the Night's Watch, metaphorical crusade against bad media. Thank you, mate. Robert McDonald for $20 US. The wrongs of power in the age of the threed queendoms. So there's a lot of girl power in this that seems forced because it contradicts the narrative previously, where you have the Numenorian queen and then you have Gladriel, the dwarven. Did the dwarven queen ever get any mention significant in this time period? No. They're really pushing it in. I have no problem with a girl power story when it's part of the actual story. They're not forcing it. They're not doing it for a political agenda. And
Lord of the Rings had girl power story in it.
It already did. You're right.
Yeah,
but it seems to be specifically at the expense of the male heroes. Look at what they're doing to Elrond. That is an abomination, right? And it's consistent. Every single thing we see Elrond in, it seems like they'll go out of their way to make him look weak. It's friggin' annoying. Thank you for the super chat, though. Harley O'Keefe for thank you.
O'Keefe.
O'Keefe.
Where's your mind at, Shad?
I don't know. Sometimes I expect meme names, and I just But sorry, Harley
That's
O'Keefe.
like a bully. What a bully would call it.
I'm sorry, Harley
O'Keefe.
Thank you for the super chat. Hey guys, love what you do. We love you, so thank you. Robert McDonald again for $20 US. The three Queen Stooges are Mo, Galadriel, Larry, Miriel, and Curly Disa.
I don't know the Three Stooges, but before
I
my
remember
time.
the Three Stooges.
But
I remember.
None now live who remember it.
And Rob McDonald again for $10 US. Crouching Tiger, hidden woke messaging. Elves reproduction, severe outbreak of goblin pox among the male elves. Don't ask how it's transmitted. Getting spicy.
Honestly, it could be transmitted between the elf dudes themselves. They all looks pretty feminine.
I think that's what he was implying.
Oh, okay.
Jake Skywalker for $1.99 US. Cast it into the fire. Destroy it. Where it belongs. Taker 610 for $5 US. You have to watch the parody as at Hills vs. Babyface made. WB cancelled Batgirl so they could write it off as a loss on their taxes. Completely serious. So
The movie? Didn't they make the whole thing?
they filmed the whole Batgirl film, and
We were about to have Michael Keaton Batman back. We're about to have, what's his name? Who's the guy, the meme dude? You know, the guy from the Mummy. What was his name?
Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser. He was going to be Jim Gordon. He was Jim Gordon.
Really?
We lost it, yeah.
He had a movie?
That
He
was
was in
going
a
to
movie?
look. It was going to be one of the worst, but also hilariously bad and fun bad things since the Batgirl TV show. People were looking forward to it for that.
Is this like the first movie Brendan Fraser's been in? And
I'm
they've
just glad he got
cancelled it?
paid.
I don't know. I just like Brendan Fraser.
Poor guy. He's been so...
Like he seems happy. He seems.
For a while he wasn't. He seems to be getting happier.
But I've seen
Now-
recent stuff. He seems happy.
I hope so.
Yeah.
He deserves it. The
Good
poor
on
guy.
it. Yeah, like, yeah, wow. Like that Batgirl movie was looking so bad, and again, it was just drowned in their, agenda, because Batgirl had a very distinct look. She was a redhead. Again, they don't like redheads. They always want to get rid of them.
Can I read that one? Jake Scarger.
Yeah, but so Az from Hills vs. Babyface, love him. Okay, so he made a parody. We might have to look at it. So one of the ones I think I've already seen was, those slow moving shots of people appearing to the camera. Someone deep faked Az's face on one of them. It's hilarious.
I'm going to sue him for his name.
Oh, that's great.
No kidding. I got on with that.
Okay.
The work created.
Who is it from?
Oh, this is from Jake Skywalker.
Thank
Hey,
you, sir.
Jake. The work creators made their black male characters a slave and an oafish proto-human. Epic fail. Please recreate the sword toss in a video.
we might do the sword toss, and there are signs. You see signs about certain stereotypes that they say they're against, yet they
portray on screen.
just look up Miles Morales Thor. Some of the most
Miles Morales Thor.
Yeah, there's a comic book where they do Miles Morales Thor, and it is some of the most, oh wow, cultural stereotyping you'll have ever seen.
Oh dear.
Okay, Hal Runner for $5 Euro, thank you. The shiny armor is reserved for the final big battle. No shiny chainmail for standard enemies. I could see it. I could see them doing stuff like that because they just seem to not be aware of just stuff and put effort into it, and they make things for interesting reasons.
That's funny. Nathan Cam has a... Oh, okay, this is from Space Cake for £2 British. Nathan Cam has a Teletubbies Sunbaby vibe. Yeah, I thought so too. There he is.
Go close. Yeah.
Yeah, that is nightmare fuel as well now.
Teletubbies always made me want to eat the cookies.
Oh, Night King 01 for $2 says Narsil is dwarven. That makes a bit more sense. It looks a bit more dwarven
Why
design.
dwarven?
Dwarves are incredible craftsmen.
Oh, yeah, true.
But, look, thank you. Confirm in the chat, but it looks like Narsil was dwarven. Thank you, sir. Ray Galdier for $5 US. Congrats on 100k watchful night, and thank you, sir. And yes, we will always remain watchful. Okay, Tenrax Heelan for $2 US. When are you going to review a movie, A Knight's Tale? A movie full of suits, armor, and even swords. So I love A Knight's Tale. It's one of my all-time favorite films. There are some chunks of inaccuracies in it, but it's just such a fun film. I would like to. In fact, I came really close to doing it at one point. It wouldn't get lots of views, and so it's all that balance. What are you...
I'm reading the next subject. Can I read that one? The physicality channel.
Oh, no. That one we might
That's
need
funny.
to... We might need to avoid some of the more spicy
Women have
chats.
borrowed my stuff and never returned it.
We appreciate...
What's wrong with a woman stealing something?
But we will be, Oz, we will be censoring some of the ones that could get us in trouble. Okay, we have to be careful because we are live and things.
You see the racism in thinking that it's correlated to something.
I know it's a
about
joke.
it.
Look, I know it's a joke. We just have to be careful of YouTube.
I thought it was funny.
Look, this is a joke that Dave Chappelle would make, right? And people would laugh at it. And stuff.
That's a joke that Carrot Top would make.
You reckon? Carrot Top. Sorry.
That's the ginger dude.
Yeah, I know. All right, so that's up to date from when we started. Did we have any new ones?
These new ones have come in since then.
All right, so I'll refresh it. But as you know, guys, chats that go a little far on the edgy side because we're live, we will have to censor. Okay, we appreciate it. Just bear that in mind when you're wanting to super chat.
Hey, Sound Engraver. She's a great channel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she does a lot of what we do, but she's a solo, and she does music, and she's really cool.
Awesome. Hey, Blacklist Universe! That's Mike Miller, the artist who did A Knight's Tale and not A Knight's Tale, Hedge Knight, and doing the art for my graphic novel, which we're making progress. Great to see you, Mike. Thanks for joining us. Blacklist Universe. Hey, Shad and Company. Hello to you, sir, for $10. And Sound Engraver. Hey, awesome to see you. Thanks for joining us. Congrats on the 100K. The Numenorians are to men as the Eldar are to elves. This show looks no better than high-end college play.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. Even, God, I've seen better cosplay as well. Like, I was almost going to call it cosplay, but that's an insult to cosplay at times. It's like...
More like low-cost play.
So Mark Ashman starts out with an atrocity. He says for $20, nunchucks are not bad weapons. They are not a weapon. Oh, okay, you saved yourself. You saved yourself. It is a farming tool, much like a wheat flail, but when the lords banned quarterstaffs, they were adapted. Sai is also a gardening tool, like the pitchfork. I don't know, it'd be pretty hard to ban sticks.
Yeah.
You know? Like, and if you have any type of farming tool, there's a lot of farming tools that have stick incorporated into them, you know? There's size... What? Pitchforks, everything
Shovels.
like that. Like, if you're wanting to adapt a farming
Literally
implement
anything.
to a weapon, there's probably a lot of better options.
Like, if I
Just saying.
don't have my hoe, what am I going to plow?
You know, you got to think about these things. In actual fact, there are some farm weapons that were. It's funny if we don't acknowledge it, Claudia.
I laughed. I laughed first.
He laughed at himself.
I know. You should have just played it straight.
I'm laughing at him, not with him.
Okay. There were some farming implements that, when they adapted to weapons, were so effective that they became mainstream weapons, like the billhook. Look up the billhook, okay? Became mainstream because it was so effective. But thank you for the super chat. Daniel Todd. So that was from Marked
Ashamed. Marked Ashamed.
Daniel Todd, $5. Nice job on the 100K. Thank you, sir. Did you have that Disney Plus... Did you hear that Disney Plus might do an Aragon series?
Well, that'll be a success.
The thing is, though, the bar wasn't set too high from the previous Aragon movie.
I haven't read.
But knowing Disney, they probably couldn't even pass that.
It was written by a 14-year-old.
I've heard really good things.
Really?
I've heard good things from Aragon. I think it's it's written and can be more easily appreciated by a younger audience. But I have heard good things. Like, it's a good children's fantasy. And a lot of adults enjoy it as well. Okay. So, yeah, we'll see interesting things about that. Billy Bish for $5 US. I've been watching you for some time, and I've always wanted to know what happened to the Sir Ridzig sword behind you guys. It looks squished. Ha ha ha! What happened? This Sir Ridzig sword is a custom-made one with a much longer blade. It has a different blade on it, and it's a two-handed. Like, it actually comes up to like here on me. I have connections with Callum, so they're great people. So good eye. But I do have a regular Sir Ridzig sword. In actual fact, this one has the Ridzig's normal blade. This is the normal blade of the Ridzig sword on a one-handed handle. It's because I want it longer. I like big swords. So...
And you cannot lie.
I cannot lie. Stephen Campbell for $20, thank you, sir, says, I'm very glad to see content like this from morally upstanding people.
Speak for yourself.
I try. I can't speak much for others, but I respect that you've maintained your Christian and conservative values, even though it makes some things harder with the algorithms. We appreciate it. And yep, stand by your standards. Stand by what is right and good. Thank you, mate. We appreciate it. Chocobo Kid, $5. Much love to everyone there. Keep up the good work. We will, sir.
Don't tell me what to do.
He will as well. Robert McDonald for $10 US. This second age was an age of transition. I just didn't know they were transitioning Elrond to Elronda. I'm not sure about the male is the Branch Gown collection.
Liberace.
Yeah, Liberace. I can't pronounce stuff.
Yes, yeah, barely.
You know, Seleptroc for $10. Hail to the watch. Jav? Have. Okay, so
He might be
read
Spanish.
the Michael Morrock's Elric books. If not, you need to. I've heard good things of Elric. And it turns out Elric, a lot of people taking inspiration from the Elric books, like The Witcher and also Warhammer and stuff. Like the concepts of order and chaos being elements of interpretations of a different thing of good and evil.
That's Taoism.
Well, it's in the Elric books, and there are a lot of interesting parallels between Elric and Geralt. Watch Razorfist's video on it if you're interested in it.
Fun fact, the author of the Witcher books is not a nice guy.
He's a bit of a jerk. I've heard his quotes, and he, and like, he didn't think video games were big, they wouldn't take off, and so, they were willing to give him a percentage share on the Witcher games.
He's like, no, just give me 20 grand. I'm like, okay, fine.
Sure.
And then they ended up suing.
And then he got so butthurt about it.
Oh dear.
Oh my goodness.
These are coming through quick.
Man, they're coming fast and quick. We appreciate you guys. Okay, so Colt for $1.99. That one guy looking like a knockoff Julius Caesar.
Talking about me, yeah, I do look statesmanly. No, kidding. He's talking about the Gilgalad.
Yeah. Robert McDonald for $100 US.
What?
Dude. Wow, thank you, sir. Congratulations on the 100k subs, and here's some green so you can pay Nate to change the intro into Night and One Lady Watch. Well, guess what? We are working on it. It's in the process. Claudia will be joining us on the intro.
Maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow. But someday.
It will be done.
Someday.
Thank you, Robert. Really, I genuinely appreciate it.
That's a lot of that. Yeah,
Appreciate all of you guys. Really do. Cole for $4.99 US. Hugo Weaving should have been cast as... I know! Like they don't age, we already see second age flashbacks in the trilogy, and he looked exactly the same. Yeah.
Hugo Weaving will be a bit too expensive for them.
He's aging.
No, not for this. They're pumping insane amounts of money in it.
And why have they gotten all nobodies?
Is it because they want... They're trying to profit off of the
I kind of like it though
Peter
when
Jackson
shows
trilogy.
try to find nobodies. But as long as they're good nobodies.
Yeah, but that, like, when you're trying to watch CSI...
Look, I agree with you when they're new characters. Right? Yeah. But this is an established character that, if at the very least, find someone that looks like him. They could have even got him, probably, unless he was like, he just saw the script and was like, whoa, not a chance in hell. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, so... Hey, Mike, Blacklist Universe. Appreciate it, mate. Aragon follows the plot of A New Hope almost to the T.
If it ain't broke.
Well, people have appreciated it. And so, I've heard good things, and I don't know, some people might find it derivative then, and I've also heard that other people be critical of it. I haven't read it myself. I know the author is a cool dude. He, you know why? He likes my videos.
Nice.
The guy, he watched my video on Double-Bladed Swords and tweeted it out. Appreciate you.
I just want to be clear. When I say it was written by a 14-year-old, I'm not saying, it's bad because of that reason. I'm saying,
Good
that's
on him
impressive.
for doing it, yeah. Like, seriously.
It's surprising.
Derek Kinney for $5 US. They're going to ruin Percy Jackson first, though, then Aragon. I thought Percy Jackson was already ruined. Are they making,
I thought that,
more Percy Jackson?
I thought that exact
Disney
thing.
is making a series. But
There's
people
actually
are
good
pretty
ideas in it.
happy with who Percy was cast as. Who was
If the
cast
bar
as
is
Percy.
already so low...
They're actually casting kids for it.
Oh, well, there we go. We'll see.
You know the
Look,
Ryan Reynolds
you're right, though.
sci-fi movie?
Disney...
That kid is Percy Jackson.
Disney does not have a good track record. I don't trust that. So, yeah, they're probably going to ruin it.
Those are Oz comments. I want to read them.
Okay, so Monsieur William for $5.
Monsieur... I'm reading Oz.
Okay.
Monsieur William, for €5. So you're French. I'm so sorry. Just bought an Oz hoodie. Can't wait to receive it at home. Team Oz forever.
Ooh.
Yeah. Team Oz hoodie. Woo! Nice. Thank you, Monsieur William. And
You can do
Sound
this
Engraver
also.
again. I laugh at all Oz's puns. Oh, well, the tame ones. Oh. I appreciate it. Someone has to.
So,
It's good to know out there in the ether. Someone's laughing.
hey, Claudia, we'll let you do this one.
Okay. Slayer Sigma Zeta, US for $5 US. I thought you're an Aussie.
No. I know.
I know you're an Aussie, but as a conservative, what are your thoughts on President Trump?
Tremendous.
We don't want to get too political, but Trump, I think certain things in the world wouldn't be happening right
His
now.
name literally means better than you. Trump. Okay.
Yeah, I think we could see some interesting things happening in the world as a result of different presidency methodologies.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm in Australia. Yeah.
Just, hey, I've been watching the news and it's like things are happening in the world with Taiwan, so thank you for the super chat, Slayer Sigma Zeta. And we'll refresh.
Yeah, there's been quite a few more.
Quite a few more, wow. You guys...
The chats are coming in.
Wow.
I could sit here all day just reading it.
Yeah, we wanted to reflect back. Maybe we'll just enjoy chats, because...
Sabertooth Animations for $1 says... Wait, let me...
Thank you.
Thank you so
That was
much.
a great quote. Thank you, Sabertooth Animations. Motocross Cooper for $50 US.
Wow.
Hey, Brother Brooks. I recognise that. Of course I do. Love your content. While back, I saw a Viking ship build project in Norway where you could volunteer your labour. Perhaps gathering like this could help with the cost of the Shadlands. Myself and many would contribute to the labour. It's something we've considered. So also crowdfunding for the first tower thing. Though there are other things in the works that might provide the funding depending on how things go, because the graphic novel, we'll see how well that does. But there are options to pursue, and yeah, we kind of need to let things progress a bit, so hopefully get a bit more expansion, maybe bring in some more people to help, because that takes a lot of management organisation that I just don't have the time for, to put it out there, hey, we're doing like a working bee, come build stuff. There's also legal issues. We would need public liability if we're having people on the property, and also with construction.
And also having people work for you for free, slavery illegal, so...
Volunteer work, that's fine, if they'd like to.
Wow, that's okay. Jay Hartwig for $1 Australian dollar.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Oh, can I read that one?
You can read it.
By... impronounceable name was that
Zavisa?
Zavisa? What part?
Zilvisor?
It's like from Austria or something. Oh no, it's America.
Whoa,
100 USD. What?
Oh, thank you, sir.
Personally, I'm amazed at Oz's ability to sort of behave this long. Congratulations on the 100k. Yeah, it's a milestone, me behaving this long, and the 100k is great too. Jay Hartwig again. God is yes.
I agree. He is yes.
I don't know what he means by that though.
I think it is awesome. I agree.
Petrus.
Oh,
Hey, hello, Petrus.
Hello,
sir.
Petrus. Do you think the Shire mod for Skyrim would be more law accurate than the Rings of Power? Lol, almost certainly. Have a good one, fellas. And glad the illnesses have passed. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I went to Adelaide recently. Mm-hmm. Okay, and I stayed with Petrus and his family. His family is amazing. Yeah. I was like, I got there and I was on death's door, and they nursed me back to health like an elven bloody healer. It was amazing.
Good stuff.
His entire family. Anyway.
Thanks, mate. Okay, so
Another Oz one. I'm reading it. Okay.
Okay.
Dane Bornhold. Is he a white cloak? Oz, thank you for the earlier encouragement. Oh, he is. Oh, we white cloaks have migrated to YouTube, and we are fighting Wheel of Prime with EFAP style deep dials. Check us out. Hell yeah.
Guys, go check out the White Cloaks on YouTube. They had a very active, engaged subreddit, and Reddit just decided to nuke them because they're biased friggin' scumbags. Like, how dare anyone criticize a bad show? That's the amount of protection and cope for Wheel of Time is insane. And they're going to try to do it for for Rings of Power. The thing is, though, they can't stop. The Rings of Power fan base, they are too powerful, too gathered. Unfortunately, I think we saw some turnings or people going to the dark side on,
dear.
on Wheel of Time.
So walk in the light.
But
mate.
it was more sneaky. It was more sneaky Wheel of Time. They tried to,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I called it when I read the tweet that said, I'm going to put my feminist ideals in. I showed you, and you're like, no, but there is some feminist
I
stuff.
was trying to
And
give
I'm
it
like, okay.
every benefit of the
Exactly.
doubt. And
Don't
I'm glad
do
I
that.
did. But now it's burnt me, and so they have to prove themselves to me. So, Azir Rosen?
Azir Rosen.
Azir Rosen? For NOK 100, thank you, sir. Is that Korean? I think it's Korean. I don't know. Knock. Keanu Reeves never aged, so he is perfect elf. Maybe Gil-galad. Maybe. Cameron Alexander for $20 US. Here's $20 to help build a trebuchet on the Shadlands to launch Oz into the Pong. Also the pond.
Probably, yeah. I'm not actually
Opposed to that?
Opposed to that, no. Just actually hit the pond because,
I'll double that to watch that.
well, a trebuchet can fire a 90-kilogram projectile 300 meters. Can it fire a 300-kilogram projectile 90
the
meters?
largest trebuchet could do that. Not all trebuchets. It's a bit of it. I'm just, because reasons. I'm very, you know me. Alrighty. So we'll see. I'll let the chat catch up, and then we might be able to just catch them as they come and to see the other
There's
ones.
more in the thing. There's tons more.
There's it keeps going. Hang on. There's the 100. So that was the last one, and then Cameron Alexander with $2 a pond.
Since it's like 20, you should be able to correct them once you've written them.
Yeah, I know, right? Dutch of Sorisi.
Dutch
of Sorisi.
Of Sorisi. For $19. Has anyone roasted Shad for not recognizing
Age of Empires 2
2?
as
AoE?
Age of Empires 2. You didn't recognise the acronym AOEII as Age of Empires 2.
All right, go.
I have never played the game in my life, yet I still recognise that.
You've never played the game in your
It's an
life?
RTS, right?
Yeah.
Tiny little people, lots of
Yeah.
numbers.
It's a great game.
I want a gun and shoot things.
Nah, man, you want
Yeah.
to play Age of Empires 2.
I wanna kill aliens.
I've been roasted. Pretty light roast, honestly, but
Oh, okay.
go.
Hey, Shad.
Hey, Oz.
You know what you didn't recognise
What?
AOE 2 as
go.
Age of Empires 2? Well, guess what?
What?
You're dumb.
I'm. Burn. Okay, there we go. We got-
Aloe for that.
Cole for $4.99. Do any of you have a favourite Roman emperor? And if so, why is it?
Aurelian, Marcus Aurelian. Marcus Aurelian was a bloody genius. I've listened to a lot of his meditations. He's actually a great man. He was a pagan, but he's like, when I look at things, I notice that things are good. So obviously there's a God, and he likes us. And because if he didn't, why would things be good? Just a solid dude. But it's actually Caesar because he tried to do what had to be done.
I don't know.
I heard Claudius was a nice
Julius.
guy.
Claudius? No, Nero really had the right idea.
Constantine?
That's a real emperor.
I mean,
Constantine was cool.
I was going to say Constantine because he did convert to Christianity, but that was more a political move than something.
Do you know the story? He was on the eve of battle and he walked outside and the clouds opened up and he saw the symbol of God and he's like, yeah, let's go kill those bloody barbarians. Dude was awesome.
There we go. I hope those answers found you satisfactory. Video summary because you have homework for great name for $10 says, hi Shad, would like to see a video analysing hulking green orcs with little armour versus heavy armoured humans. Think Warcraft.
No, do Warhammer instead.
I'd love to hear your thoughts. Who you think would win, or you'd rather be? I'd always rather be humans because knights, swords, armour, all those cool things. It depends how big the orcs are, really, and what they're armoured with. If they're like, twice the size of humans and have massive clubs that would like crush armour with those swings.
And not just that, they have literally no fear.
But if you're going like Lord of the Rings orcs or Uruk-hai, the humans would just wipe them out. Even if they're, a chunk stronger, armour it can be a game changer.
Also, we're smarter, so we'd do things.
So, for Robert McDonald, for $10, any concerns down under regarding China? They've been looking around for a large arable island that has a pretty low population, about 700 million people. You guys concerned for the next few decades? I'm always concerned about the future. I also have, my religious beliefs about the prophecies of the last days, and according to those prophecies, things are just going to get worse. So, woo boy! Bring it on! It's the reason.
He's got his foam sword. He's ready for it.
I have also real swords.
What the hell? Wait, that's not a super chat, but I don't read it anyway. Firewolf. Imagine Oz with money. Yeah, wouldn't that be great? We got paid today. It's fine.
So, now we've got new ones. Gosh. So, there we go.
Hey, it's Nikale.
Nikale,
good to see everyone back. Congrats on the 100k. Nikale is a great artist. He's drawn some stuff for us. He's really nice.
Thanks, mate. Robert McDonald for 2.
Again?
Low population, he meant. Yeah, it's like...
Got what, 30 million people?
Look, it depends if things go crazy and World War III breaks out. Then we would see some... things. Australia is a very tempting target because we export so much to China anyway, but that's only if things go insane. Because at the moment, China is reliant on a global economy for it working out. It depends how things go, though. I don't know. I don't know what the future is. An uncertain thing.
We're all in the same pot.
Daniel Todd, hey Shad, if your books get turned into movies or shows, what actors would you like to star in them?
Dalen's being Dalen. I mean, what's his name again? I forget.
Dawson. Dawson is like the perfect Dalen. So I don't think I'd want him replaced, actually. In terms of actresses, it changes based on when, right? Because Lyra is supposed to be still quite attractive, quite youthful-looking middle-aged woman.
Emily Blunt.
Youthful for her age. What?
Emily Blunt.
Well, I was thinking even
Natalie Portman?
I don't know. See,
Natalie Dormer.
No, Natalie Portman. Meg Ryan, maybe.
She's getting a bit.
But she's getting a bit too old now, and so it really depends to find. But it's funny where so many actresses have difficulty finding great roles of strong women and everything when they hit the middle age. Everything where Lyra, the character in my book, is literally. I didn't do it purposely. It was part for the story.
Who's going to play Cusack? What type of character? Give me one that's...
Denzel would be a great Cusack. Oh, no, not Cusack. Sorry, no. I thought you were talking about Arik. Sorry, Denzel. Someone like Denzel would fit Arik really well. Who's really... Yeah, Denzel Washington. Who can speak with great authority.
Movie of Denzel Washington playing every character.
Cusack... Who's the guy in Brooklyn Nine-Nine who plays Terry? Oh, it is. His name is Terry. Terry Crews. If Terry Crews could be short, he would be perfect for Cusack.
So just send, what's his name?
Though he probably couldn't do the stoic, straight face. Terry Crews is always a bit more...
He's very smiley.
He's smiley.
He's got tons of range, though.
I haven't seen him do the range where Cusack would fall
into.
Terry Crews,
yeah. You've seen him in The Longest Yard.
I've seen him in White Girls.
That's funny.
But Terry Crews has the build of Cusack. Cusack is supposed to be ripped, right? But he's too tall. So you need a short, ripped guy who could do... Cusack is a comedic character, but not purposefully. It's the straight man... But no, he's the straight man who doesn't understand context or social convention, which is what brings in the humour around Cusack. And so even Denzel could probably pull off a Cusack because he's so straight.
Cusack is my favourite.
So... Yeah, there's some good options, but it depends when it gets made, and then who are the good actors at the time. Thank you for the super chat, though, mate. Hey, Blacklist Universe for another $10. Thanks, Mike. New tier for the Shadow the Conqueror campaign. Play Age of Empires 2 with the artist. So Mike loves Age of Empires 2. He even wanted to invite me to play Age of Empires, and I've never gotten around to it because of time and other things. Man, I haven't played video games depressingly.
Yeah, I can't wait to play Area of Effect too.
Okay, back. I have Nosferatu. Right, okay, thank you, Oz. Hi, Shad, just wanted to say I love your book and content. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. $20 Canadian.
Nosferatu is a vampire.
Big Orks are the reason
Cole,
I don't go to Australia.
Not Marcus Aurelius, just Aurelian, a.k.a. restorer of the world. Look into it. Incredible emperor who saved the empire and, of course, was murdered.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All the good ones were.
Matthew Witham? Congratulations on the 100k. The woman's humour is a great part of the show and perfectly timed.
I'm not a woman. Yes. Will Claudia... No,
This is from Robert McDonald, $10.
Will Claudia be premiering her dwarven beard when you all do your first episode or Autopsy?
No, I shave every morning.
See, this is the thing, right? For Lord of the Rings lore, okay, female dwarves should have beards. My preference, though...
It's just too much maintenance.
Well, my preference for fantasy female dwarves, I prefer no beards over beards. Because this is the thing, I find beards on women unattractive. It's not good. Don't like it. You know?
You bigot.
Yeah, just spitting facts. You have to live with it. Brocky Crafty for $20. Okay, guys, you go.
Keep up the good work. We'll be interested in any medieval construction work. Keep everyone up to date.
All right, Claudia, you should be reading a couple. Do you want to do this?
Okay, from Elark Ocampo for £10. Is that what that symbol is?
Yes.
Hello, Knights. I love your content and debates. Claudia, I think I'm gorgeous. Keep up the good work, guys.
That was a timely one to get you to read out. I know where they go. There it is. Oh, there was a bot, Nathan. Get rid of it.
I'm killing it.
Cool. All right, Claudia, keep going. You're going well.
The Physicality Channel. Disa borrowed
Okay.
Tyson R for $10.
Oh, no, that was she read. Deezer borrowed the TV, but then returned it. Good thing she
Okay. I
returned
read
it.
the beginning of
Okay.
it and just ignored it. Tyson R, $10. When Oz becomes a woman, call me.
There you go.
Hey there, sailor. Oh, and Shad's gagging for some reason. What are you gagging on?
I'll bet there'll be a line
Bad
of
images.
manlets for you, Oz.
Everyone's a manlet compared to me.
All right, I think we're pretty up to date now.
I'll tell you what, Tyson R, you should see the video where Nathan puts on a wig and pretends to be a girl.
Oh.
This is the thing. That's a good segue because we've done some quirky things here.
Oh,
on
yeah,
Night
we have.
Watch.
Some quirky
So
things.
quirky and cute. Oh, personally, I think Claudia will look great with a beard. I think Shad's just jealous. Well, Shad has a beard.
I have a
Thanks.
beard.
Where are we going to get the beard from?
Ex-visor. Visor?
For $20.
Extra large
Maybe I'll
visa.
grow it out next week.
And so we'll try and jump on the super chats as they come. But reflecting back a bit on this journey, so Night's Watch has an interesting beginning. I started it out thinking it'll just be my gaming channel. It'll like this solo thing, and the very first videos was me doing gaming.
Well, actually, you're wrong.
What?
The very first thing was the live stream, wasn't it?
That counts as a video, Oz.
Was it?
It counts as a video.
Quick.
That's for you.
Keep track of the super chats, Nathan. Let us know when something comes out. But I'm going to quickly go back to the Night's Watch YouTube channel, go to videos,
Pretty sure it was a live
and
stream.
I'm going to sort by the oldest.
Oh,
It was
Conan.
No.
Wasn't it Dragon's...
No. All right. So hang on.
It's a live stream.
Live stream videos appear at random. But see how it says 8 months ago, and then there's one streamed a year ago. So you can't really trust those. No, it was me streaming Dragon's Dogma.
Are you sure? Tell you what, how about we go by sort by newest and then just scroll all over the
It'll
bottom.
take ages, and they'll still be out of
No,
order.
we're almost there.
We have like over 200 videos now.
I know.
Almost there.
And there we are. Aha! I knew it. I was right.
Yeah, I think you're right. It was.
Your head just got
But it was
10
a
times
solo.
bigger.
It was a solo stream. it was a solo stream.
No, the guys were in on that too, weren't they?
No, only
Click on it,
me,
that's fine.
and you might have appeared, but
Pretty sure.
no, Ben was here in that time. I think Ben might have been with me at that time. Now Ben is no longer with us.
No, he's alive.
He's alive.
R.I.P.
He's no longer
Ben.
with Night's Watch. Okay.
No, just
He
kidding.
had
I
a
killed
child,
him,
and different life circumstances shifted for him.
Yeah, the birth was
Still
really
love
hard
Ben.
for him.
Miss ya.
As
What?
a child.
I actually killed and ate Ben. He's still in the freezer. You see? Did you see? There's a pint thing of Ben and Jerry's, and I crossed out Jerry's.
Okay. Uh-huh.
First more super chats if you want me to
That's
Yes,
just
yes.
as funny the 10th time hearing it.
That's only the third
Hell
time.
Jumper, good old Hell Jumper,
Hey.
said the AK in Andor literally has a aluminium half-tubed glued to the dust cover and a 20-round mag. Nothing
Yeah.
else.
People were saying.
E11 is a Sterling SMG with a TEM and D mag, tank sight, fins fielded, and barrel pack lid on. So that's with the Andor trailer and how they have modern guns now in Star Wars.
Some people were saying
they've
was
always had modern guns. They just stick things on.
They do it to effort and made them look a bit more sci-fi. They didn't do it here. It's just like, what are they doing?
some people were saying the AK wasn't actually an AK. It was an MP40 with AK attachments on the front of it, but the MP40 mechanism.
I mean, it looks like a modern gun from the real world. That's as to what it is. No, the main criticism, really, the underlying criticism is like, when you look at that, you don't think Star Wars blaster. You think it's got a friggin' magazine of bullets in it. It's like lazy as anything. Okay, yes, there was another super chat. But thank you, sir, for the super chat. I like holding my sword. Just gonna...
Master of Puppets, with $5 New Zealand, said check out how the Numenorians were dressed in the Peter Jackson movies compared to the Rings of Power.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing there's going to be...
robes and stuff.
Yeah, big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Robert McDonald, I'm not going to read the message because I don't know if it's...
I'll tell you if it's actually a meme.
A little too spicy.
Robert McDonald.
Gosh, several more have come in.
It was right there. Down a bit.
That one's a bit too spicy.
That's funny.
You got the reaction.
That's funny. Come on, how's that spicy though? There's nothing racist about it.
No. The issue, things revolved around the coof can be very quickly, and so we usually...
I just won't say that word.
Okay, go.
I'm concerned about body positivity. D's chance of surviving Ork 19. Wait, let me try that again. I'm concerned... I didn't say the V word. I didn't say the V.
No, the virus would have been fine. It was the Ork... Anyway, go.
I'm concerned about body positive D's chances of surviving Ork 19 and introducing diabetes to the second age. Robert, contact me on Discord. We're going to become friends. There's another one.
And I get it. It's funny, it's a joke. It's just because YouTube is so free, and especially things around certain subjects, they will like yeet streams and go too far. And even if we agree on many things.
Nikhil, Oz gloating is the best. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
We need to catch up. Several more have come. So, jiggle my jam for $5. So no, €5 or pounds. I don't know. Hey Knights, congrats on the 100k. What your opinions are on the Rings of Power being 5 seasons? Apparently they already know what the last shots will be.
What?
We're here for the dumpster fire. The whole journey. Join us. Like I said, I think they're just going to double, quadruple. It's sunken cost fallacy. They're just... Because Amazon, look, they're getting crazy amounts of money elsewhere. They don't need it to be a success. This is a political, thing. They're co-opted it to spread their own message. And look at our previous video. They say black and white the messages that they want to do in it. The fall of Numenor is going to be an allegory to the potential dangers of the modern day and stuff. I wonder which character is going to encompass... It's always about Trump. They need a character to be about Trump.
Gil-galad.
Like, you reckon it'll be Gil-galad? Probably. Because they made Homelander. The creators literally said Homelander is a symbolism of Trump in The Boys. And then with Andor, again, it's about... They can't let it go,
Matches burn.
Hey, Shad. My mother is current terminal with lung cancer, dude, and with a brain tumor. Content like this helps me get my mind off it a bit. Cancer is a vile thing. It really is. Dude, that's rough. And if we can help in any way to, bring some measure of joy and distraction to the world, that's wonderful. Because look, the world is crazy. Things are happening, and I was wondering, if things go crazy, what would we do for the content? And part of me just feels like, let people get an escape, We won't be a news channel reporting on things. There's heaps of other channels that you probably get inundated with. And so we're going to keep just doing what we're doing for as long as we can, I think. But thank you, mate, and it means a lot that we can do that. Cole, Cole disappeared. Where did Cole go?
I still got Cole.
There is.
Okay, there he is. You can read it, Nathan.
Okay. Are there any sword dueling treatises such as works from... Okay, there's too many.
Are there any...
Fiore, Talhofer, and Maya that you are interested in and you have used for any of your books. So I actually kind of used some of the stances of Maya and the German things in Shadow the Conqueror. And so, but the thing is though, in terms of my own, I like picking something from everything. I don't like restricting myself to a whole style because there are some really cool things in Fiore, for instance. Fiore has a wider, catalogue of stances, where Maya is a bit more, restrained to like the classic 4 or 5, depending on, which ones. And so, like, if it's good, give it to me from all. And so, how I inform myself in my own adoption of HEMA is that I love to go to HEMA channels, and whatever they're doing that looks cool and looks effective, I like to practice and try and learn. And that's what I do. And I don't even stress myself on learning the specific names of the stances and stuff like that. I think there is great value in learning the traditional historical, thing. My pursuit of swordsmanship is about learning swordsmanship. More so than even learning history. I do like to learn the historical context and stuff, but for me, I want to learn how to sword fight well, that's kind of my focus. So yeah.
Greetings, he's Shad. See you next time.
But no, there are specific parallels from HEMA stances and stuff in my book. I think I even referenced Wrath stance at one point directly, but other times I just rename them, even if they're the same stances, so it fits more world setting and stuff, because there are certain names, especially like in Maya and stuff, that have German terminology, like, Mordhau and stuff like that, that just wouldn't fit the world setting because of the language difference, and so I put in a new name for them and stuff. Or I just use a translation, like Murder Stroke.
Oh, Dapper Helljumper. I have shot black powder firearms and the flash and...
Report.
If
very
I think
loud.
you meant to write recoil. If very loud and smoky and very fiery. Is it possible that this was used as intimidation in the medieval period?
Don't know. I don't think so, because people would have become accustomed to the existence of firearms pretty quickly, and they existed concurrently for crossbows and bows for a while there, because their accuracy was a bit off and stuff. They were still powerful and everything, so I could see it maybe, but not as a universal mode.
Also, Chad's correcting you. Report is correct. It means sound.
The flash and report, if very loud.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's good. His head shrunk a little.
But you can't see it from here.
Here.
A fan from over here. If you're ever in Japan, Chuhai on me. Now, I'm pretty sure Chuhai means like a love hotel.
Okay.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Ryan, for $2, who's Andor again? I keep forgetting.
Who?
Cassian
guy.
Andor. He's from the forgotten prequel Rogue One. No, he's
He's
getting his own
getting a
TV
prequel
show.
TV show.
It's not about the
The
planet
pilot
Andor?
in Rogue One.
There's a planet called Andor.
He's the
there was.
pilot, right?
No, he wasn't the pilot.
But not Andor.
Oh.
Endor's the...
Endor. Oh.
Endor.
Okay.
Dude, give us...
Sorry, I actually thought it was a planet for a while there because of Endor. But
Give us, like, Vietnam Endor. I want that.
Gavin Free, known.
Gavin Free, none.
None. Hey, guys, I brought this up in the Discord for a moment. What do you think? Who do you think would win? A man-at-arms with a poleaxe or a generic werewolf?
Werewolf.
Poleaxe. Oh, if it's a generic werewolf?
What is
Werewolves
a generic
change between
werewolf?
settings. It depends between settings and their powers and stuff. If I was like to take a more generic
D&D
werewolf from
werewolf?
generic fantasy that doesn't have regeneration and isn't like, 10 foot tall, poleaxe.
No, I can prove to you, even if it's a generic werewolf that's like the same size as the men-at-arms, the werewolf will win. Do you know why? He didn't specify it's silver-tipped. Werewolf wins.
That's the question, because werewolves, the generic ones, can still be harmed by regular weapons.
Silver
not
hurts.
healed.
Silver. They can heal from that. Silver, they can't heal from.
Yeah, Silver's the only thing.
Then the werewolf would have
The silver, like in the Wolfman, across all of the movies they made of it, silver-tipped bullets the only thing that can kill him.
Okay. Ender Raids for $4.99. Wars always had
Star Wars.
Star Wars. There we go. There was a star there. Sorry, I was just reading. Always had bullet guns. It's one weapon a Jedi can't block because they fragment into pieces. I think Vader almost lost to someone with it. That's more in the expanded stuff.
Yeah.
Not in the mainstream. I know they're called like slug throwers or something like that.
But that's cool though, because that's like, kind of like World War One with the
I know,
Americans and
but
shotguns.
this is my issue. Why isn't everyone using that? Because in reality, like regular firearms, probably really effective in the Star Wars universe.
Maybe bullets are hard to come by?
I don't think so. No.
Who could be attracted to bullets?
But I don't think that justifies a gun that... Like, if you're going to have slug throwers, still make them look otherworldly, okay? Sci-fi, don't make them look like they're just right from our world. Man, they keep coming. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. So, it's another one from... How do you pronounce it? Someone give it a go.
Oh.
Enma? Enma?
I think that's for 500 yen, I believe. Hey, from Japan, thank you. Also, I am half Aussie, and
G'day.
Shad reminds me so much of my dad.
Do you have Japanese children we don't know about?
Not that I
You
know
went to
of.
Japan for a while.
I did. I got to study kendo there.
Did you donate to any No.
I wanted to study the way of the sword,
Hell.
but kendo isn't swordsmanship; it's a sport. I discovered.
Oh, come on, Shad, have a kendo attitude. Stupid.
The Field, $5. Amazon's database of Tolkien's legacy is
Let me
the
read
one.
that.
Okay, go.
Amazon's debasement
Debasement
of Tolkien's legacy is one thing that's getting the normies to notice what's under the skin suit.
Yes, yes. About time as well.
Congrats on the 100K.
No, what's
Oh.
the name?
Highlandvar.
Highlandvar.
Cool. $10. Thank you, sir.
Congrats on the 100K. Love the channel. Is it possible to remove a sword pommel mid-battle and throw it at a foe as an effective projectile? This happens in the game Mordhau. I was wondering if it's real. It's not effective in Mordhau, but if someone's got a mortal wound and you throw it at them,
It's a
that'll kill them.
meme. I don't think it's effective. I think some people could believe it might have been a distraction. I know Scarlegram has a video where he tries to steel man it and say maybe there is something to it. I don't think so, especially depending on how long it takes to remove the pummel. And if you're engaged in the thick of a fight, I don't think you'd have that time. I personally think it a very poor strategy. And if you wanted something to throw at an opponent to distract them, have a pouch with rocks or something in there that you don't need to potentially disassemble your sword, because the pummel is there to usually hold the whole sword assembly together. And if you take it off, the handle might for the guy this I actually use as a point of reference sometimes, that even historical treatises can sometimes have things in that are not practically effective, and to say that they're always teaching things that are effective and good, it's like, not always. Sometimes they say things that are bad for swordsmanship. For the most part, they're great, of course, but there are examples, and so anyway, my thoughts on that. Thank you for the super chat.
Somewhere in the world, Scholar Gladiatoria's last eyebrow twitched.
No, he knows that I have that opinion. And well, look, and people disagree with me. That's fine. I think the treatises should be looked to all the time to inform you in your swordsmanship, because there's a whole thing, and I think they are an invaluable resource. I don't think they should be used as, because it's in the treatise, therefore you must do it. I think once you learn it, because they're an incredible resource, put it to the test, see how well it works, try and find how it probably works to the best of your ability. And if it doesn't work for you, don't use it. Daniel Todd for $5. Last chat of the night. Thank you, Daniel. What weapons duel in movies would you like to see more? Mine would be axes. So what weapons were they dual wield in movies? I just like swords.
Mine would be double-bitted axes, just to piss Chad off.
Nunchucks.
Oh! Double-bitted nunchuck axes. Kill
Matt
everyone.
Ballas McPhails. Matt Bales McPhails. I started reading the Wheel of Time books thanks to your video reviews. Recently finished the third book, and it's incredible so far. They're great books.
Oh, I finished the fourth book.
Yeah?
Incredibly satisfying ending.
Oh, how good is it?
Incredibly satisfying.
Isn't it good?
Yes.
And so, Perrin and Emmons Field.
Oh yeah,
Dude.
and BTFOing the white cloaks.
Yeah,
and then what happened in the wastes.
Oh man, like, so good. Book 4 is like my favorite.
Low key, a particular person like has a slave now, essentially. Okay, I mean, there's a bad guy, so you know, but still,
he deserved it.
yeah, he did. He definitely deserves it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So we are. No, I'm not going there. I'm not going there.
You're worried about me?
I stopped myself, Oz.
I know what you're going to say. I hear every edgy thought, Shad. I'm like Santa Claus. Just as fat. Here, let me show you my sack.
So
You always have to-
when it starts landing itself,
You have to push it. Always over the line.
Use it.
Robert McDonald for $10. I now understand more why dwarven populations are always kind of low. Why dwarves are such heavy drinkers and hard liquor and prefer going face to face with an orc with just a battle axe. D's are brides. Well, dwarves, men, they're attracted to beards, you know, and so, you know...
We made a joke about that ages back, like, you know, how did the dwarves themselves distinguish? Like, what if one day they're making out with a dwarf and they delve too greedily and too deep?
She was like, ah!
Is that your battle axe sticking to me?
Elark or Cam?
Elarco Campo.
You're good at figuring out pronunciation. I should just get you to do it.
This man's a
Well,
writer.
it's definitely
His
not
real
Elarco
name's
Campo.
Clarence.
Yeah,
Kidding.
research.
No, you've
There's
got
a difference
glasses.
between knowing how to construct language and read it. Those are two different skills, Oz.
I'm trying to construct that. See, that's why we're different.
Oh.
All right, go, Oz. Do it.
Okay. Have you guys watched the animated Clone Wars? Nathan has. He's a nerd.
I've seen episodes.
I've seen a chunk.
It becomes a bit more mature and darker after season 4. The Amberan arc is a very guerrilla-style warfare. You cannot defend against guerrilla warfare. The Night Sisters arc felt so much like Warhammer 40k with undead versus droids. I'll read anything that says Warhammer 40k in it.
All right, thank you for the super chat. Keep going.
Oh,
Yeah. Just take it.
PerkTube1 for $5. Shad, have you ever reviewed the fencing scenes from The Princess Bride?
No, but I am intending to. It might not be too far away for one of the upcoming fight scene autopsies. Indeed. I love that scene. Oh, man, that was just... I love it.
Colin, $10. Thanks, Colin.
Thank you. No, genuinely.
No, seriously.
You sound like,
Thank
thanks,
you.
Colin.
Thank
You
you,
should hear the
Colin.
drive-through.
Thanks,
Gosh.
Colin. If everyone is using energy blasters, the infrastructure for conventional gunpowder ammunition is probably nearly non-existent. Well, good thing it's the future, and it's easy to make that if you're in the future.
Yeah, like conventional guns aren't terribly difficult to make, especially if they have like advanced technology that can machine parts for them.
Did you
and
happen to
stuff.
Japan recently? Japan. The former
Yes,
Prime Minister?
yes.
Yeah, they're not hard to make, and the Japanese do have advanced technology, to be fair, so...
That's going to be difficult to police. If you could make
Yeah.
guns, if you just make guns, and yeah, so...
Dapper Hell Jumper 101. What would medieval people think about modern currency? Would they be utterly confused, or does it have some period counterpart? It had banknotes in
There are some interesting logic in medieval currency, greater than ours. You know, one of the really frustrating things about our decimal system, it's really hard to divide by thirds.
Yes.
It's a
You get
problem.
3 recurring, yeah.
Yeah, it's a big problem where there are actual currency divisions in the medieval times that allowed for easier dividing by thirds. And so,
But mathematically, like, the decimal system is
Easier to
a
figure
thing.
out.
Yeah.
I'm not informed enough to be able to comment on just the overall thing. I'm just saying that there are interesting things that worked quite functionally well in the period. Lloyd from Community Page has a good video on medieval currency. Check it out if you're interested. As to how they would think about our system, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
I think they'd be more concerned with TikTok and
Yeah, there'll be other things that would throw them, I
How
think.
can we stop this from
Though
happening?
they probably would just think the concept of fiat currency is ridiculous. It's like, this bit of paper is valueless.
Not gone that far.
but you know, why don't you actually have actual gold that has a true value as your currency? They probably think that's a bit dumb.
I think they'd be like, the artistry on this is amazing.
Thank you for the super chat.
Can do attitude sound engraver. Thank you. She likes my puns. Can do attitude gets you $2. Yeah.
Dance with me, monkey,
Good.
dance.
All right, we're up to date.
Nice.
Well,
Kind of. What? Where?
it keeps going.
But
Oh.
there were all of them
Oh, it
deceived.
jumped.
Uh-oh.
Wow, thank you for telling us. I would have.
The next one is
Hey, Petrus
Petrus.
XD.
Hello.
Nathan, when are you getting Shad to play Blade and Sorcery? You might
when
like
we
that,
have
Shad.
time.
It has it's VR.
I have a VR set I got for
I was going to
a
ask you about
present.
that because I was cleaning the studio today and I was like, how are you using this?
I just haven't gotten around to opening it. I've
Have
had
you
it for like years.
Have you seen Blade and Sorcery?
Yeah, I know. There's even mods of Imperius from my book in it.
Yeah, there's
Blade
even
Sorcery is
Spider-Man
amazing.
mods.
I mean, I need to do it sometime. Just make a video out of it, maybe.
Oh yeah, Ender. I saw my name written a bunch of times. So,
Okay.
Ender raids. Would a double-ended polearm mace be a good weapon?
It kind of already exists.
What is it?
The poleaxe has usually a spike on. There's a lot of models that have a spike on the back end. Technically, a double-ended weapon as a result.
And then in
But look, if you're thinking about having a polearm head on both ends, I don't think it would be as effective as just the spike and the versatility.
yeah, but then they perfected it in Batwoman when they had it a chain.
A video on Shadowversity, check it out.
Yeah.
Double-ended flail thing.
Ah, the field. Debasement, not database. Don't go all Lex-destic on me. That's a conjunction of autistic and Lex-destic.
I've forgotten what the word is.
Yeah, in Wheel of Time, I don't understand why Rand didn't always have a wise one present when meeting the WT embassy. Have I met them? Who's the WT?
Contraction.
Wise one
remember the
present
word.
when meeting with the...
White Tower Embassy,
White Tower
of course.
Embassy.
Also, more Oz. He's incredibly based. Aw, thank you.
The thing is, though, the setup for what happens with the White Tower... So I'm assuming this is when the White Tower Embassy meets Rand. You're not up to that. I got to be careful. That was set up really well. Very clever and sneaky of them. And so, that's just good writing. Bad writing, they would have just done it. And you'd be like, what about all these things that... Robert Jordan accounted for it all.
We'll get to find out the bad writing version when Rafe gets up to it. There's a dating site?
Also, more Oz. He's incredibly based. Oh.
Thank you.
Bots, Nathan!
Yeah, I killed them.
It's good. Kill him! Jump forward. Did we
Kill it
skip
with
any?
fire.
Nope.
Oh, are we up to date?
There
then?
will be more.
There will be more, but we're up to date. Oh, so we were giving a bit. We'll finish off our kind of reminiscing recap. Thank you for all the super chat, guys, because we just love hanging out with you. So one of the first things we did on this channel was me kind of like I made it for live streaming and gaming. You're right, and I was but those live streams I'm just now doing on Shadowversity where I just react to swordy kind of related stuff. But I did one here where I reacted to some sword things. Oz trolled me, bastard.
It was a sword on Amazon. Just because
He knew what he was doing.
just
wasn't a full sword.
because it was the handle that saw more penetration than the actual blade doesn't mean it wasn't a sword.
But then live stream Dragon's Die, my favourite game ever. Oz was joining me on those ones.
I was commenting.
You were commentating, so you were here at the beginning
Yeah.
as well.
Remember Stacy and Shad?
Yes, yeah. And with the video I did on Shadowversity, just talking about Dragon's Dogma 2 and why Dragon's Dogma was so great, I continue playing with those characters. I was going to take forever for me to get back to live streaming Dragon's Dogma specifically, but those characters, they went on, they lived and fought, and in fact, you probably could still look up. Oh, maybe I can't remember if I changed Stacey to another pawn, the travesty if I did. But
How
you
can
might
you
be
go above a Chad? You can't.
Yeah, it's hard. I know. And then if we look
Yeah,
at the other
probably Chad.
content, we made like
but you want
clips
that,
of
don't
that. Yeah, little clips. Then the other big thing we did on the channel, I did a role-playing stream with the guys from the Community of Sword. That was a lot of fun, but a lot of work for me. It was just too much, because I take game mastering seriously, so it took way too much time to do the prep work and everything. And Night's Watch has naturally evolved from these early times, okay? Because then Oz moved down and joined us in studio. Nathan joined us. And as a result, that enabled us to do different new content, ensemble kind of content and stuff. Particularly because we're all got personalities, opinions and stuff. We end up just talking about things. And so some of these first ones, we got like, look at this. We should watch this. Nathan, you want to bring this up? Yeah, it is up. Look at this. Look at this. One of the first things. The second thing.
The first one I did was a Halo show, and then the Herald of Management, which is so cringe.
So cringe. But that's the stream.
Oh, that's me. Look at that! Whoa.
Wow! Who's that?
Hey, it's the Rings
It's
of
a
Power
baby
promo.
Oz.
Yeah. I'm playing Smeagol.
Hi, I'm Oz.
It's jumping.
I'm going to polish all of the blades that Shadiversity has. This will be fun. This has been Polishing with Oz. See you next time, and remember, safety first.
Aw.
Wait, there's more.
Hey Ben, can you call an ambulance?
Look, that was a good reaction from Ben. He did that well.
So, a little bit of movie magic there. I didn't actually polish any of those swords, nor did we ever polish any of those swords ever again. Much to Shad's chagrin.
One of their jobs is keep the swords good, guys. Let us know if a super chat appears, Nathan, as well. We don't want to miss you. And so...
Inside Shadowverse, that was a good one. All of them were good.
That was fun. The Inside Shadowversity Castles did quite well for the time, and they still, 28,000 views. And so we were experimenting with skits, and I think you will see the odd skit come out because they are fun. But there was a bit more skits, and then we started doing the first low effort review.
Don't do the first one. I think the best one was probably either Titanic or Mad Max.
I think I still like that first one.
I thought I was a bit slow to get into it.
It was
I got
a bit
better
spontaneous. Some of the
And it's only 5 minutes.
Lord of the Rings was good.
And then, gaming reviews. This was one that Ben did. Good stuff. But we started to do the discussions when Invincible came out. And so I did an Invincible review, and that did surprisingly well for the time.
Oh, the Hobbit Extended Edition.
And so already, that was giving us an indication that our audience was a bit more interested in our thoughts on media. And so the channel has kind of evolved to give our audience what they have been more interested in bit by bit. And as a result, we still did the skits and other things, Soul Calibur reviews.
I was talking about Halo at some point.
Yep. But then Loki came out. And so, and then that's when we was like, all right, people are liking the discussion content.
Hey, it's topical. What if we watched a bit of the lower foot review for Lord of the Rings? Because we're talking about Rings of Power.
Maybe.
Pick a few good ones.
Maybe.
There's a really good one at the end. And you were in this too.
Oh no, that's cringe because I'm in it. No, we're not doing
No, you had a good joke.
Nah, I didn't like it. It's hard to watch those sorts of...
What about my Maury joke?
This is where the channel started to become more of what it is today. It's still a year old, right? But it's when Loki came out, and we were discussing Loki, and Loki was such a dumpster fire. I got legitimately pissed at how bad it became.
I did actually enjoy a bit of it, I can't lie. Like, I don't like the woke stuff, obviously.
But it got real bad and dumb.
I don't think it was that bad, but there was problems with it.
And then... That's real, and you see the transition. We'll do a low F review now and then. There's still one. You filmed one that needs to be edited and come out, didn't you?
Yes, Harry Potter.
Yes, so that's on its way. Hey, we did a lot of comment reviews and stuff.
We used to do that, yeah. Now we're doing live streams.
Live streams.
We're doing one now.
Who misses the 3-hour-long argument videos?
I don't. When I was filming those, I'm like, I miss my parents' divorce. The arguments there made more sense.
I remember just sitting in those and being so glad when
So is it interesting? People have different personalities, right? And
They do.
They do. This is like the whole introvert extrovert,
They do.
Stuff where people can gain energy and enthusiasm from different things.
Yeah.
I do not gain energy enthusiasm from social interaction. That actually drains me. And so going to parties and other things like that, I feel exhausted and I need to put an effort into it. I'm an introvert that can fake interaction decently well. I can fake it.
I gain energy from eating, sustenance.
No, but you actually get a big rise and buzz out of...
I'm either way. So sometimes
A
it
rise
is...
and a buzz.
Well, one of the things that can really give me a lot of energy is debate and argument. And so these videos were very interesting because I could get into a debate and go all day. I'm not kidding. I've done it on my EFAP. I can just go forever because that's the type of thing that gets me, and the energy is self-sustaining. Where Oz is the opposite. It drains him.
No. Just your argumentation style.
And are you the same, Nathan? Because you struggled through those debates as well.
I'm just thinking about it. About those videos.
So I can become very, I guess, obstinate in my point and just drive it and just keep going. I won't give up. But I still, I will concede when given a good argument and stuff. But still,
not in any of those videos you didn't,
because I was right.
Yeah. Swimming is just being able to not drown when swimming.
I need to go back to hear the context because I'm not sure you're representing my vote.
That's what you said. Swimming is not drowning.
Oh yeah, I think that was part of the context. There's more nuance to the argument.
Go watch it. I said swimming is manipulating water to move your body through water. That's swimming. Fish do it.
You're starting it again. Do you want me to start arguing back, Oz?
No!
I would love to run around in circles for a couple hours. I think that's my favourite.
So, we're not sure if those videos will come back or not. It causes too much mental
anguish,
trauma,
pain
for everyone else apart from me.
PTSD.
I'm fine. I can keep going.
That is the sign of a sociopathic tendency.
What? Someone who just likes to argue and debate?
Or you're an orc from Warhammer 40k.
Maybe. But then, yeah, so Loki kept going. We had those debates.
We did a D&D.
Yeah, we did some
so
D&D.
skinny.
That was fun. We couldn't keep that going, unfortunately. Dylan was a great DM. So there's actually some Dungeons & Dragons games that we played together. We've been trying to chess debate. Field of Dreams. Oh, it's great. We've been thinking about ways to perhaps do more roleplay content. It's up in the air at the moment. We might be able to do it. We'll see. But if we do, it's that type of content now suits Shadowversity more than Night's Watch. Shadowversity is still about fantasy, medieval type of things, not going political and stuff. And if we're just playing role-playing games and everything, that's all Shadowversity content, really. Because Night's Watch has evolved. It has become its own thing. And I think it's something to be actually quite proud of with the growth and the audience that you guys have joined with us.
And then we started Nightly News. Remember Nightly News?
Yep.
All exactly 10,000 of you that watched it.
Nightly News consistently got around 10,000 views. I'm not opposed to Nightly News coming back, but what we're doing now is kind of jumping on the topics that our audience are more interested in and doing dedicated videos on those topics. We might still do a Nightly News sometime if there's just too much to cover, but at the moment...
we're getting into the fat era of Oz.
So there's regular Nightly News, and then Wheel of Time starts. For me, Wheel of Time is when this channel really came into its own. This is where our identity solidified. Because we changed Game Night to Nightly News earlier. Sorry, we changed Game Night to Night's Watch earlier on. I don't exactly know when.
We went through a transition.
It might have been right before we started doing Wheel of Time, actually. This is the time. Yeah. We actually changed it when we first started reviewing Wheel of Time. So that fits in quite nicely with the timeline. And yeah, that's when our identity solidified. We found the type of content that our fans enjoy and that we like to make as well. And that's really, when Night's Watch became Night's Watch.
Just scroll down a bit, just the thumbnail reminded me a little bit more. Remember what they did to Tom? Remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
And you say it took you till episode 4. Well, you liked episode 4. Episode 5
Episode 4 is from a technical standpoint, episode 4 is a technically good episode. Only barely. I'm not saying it's great. It's like maybe out of 5.
But episode 5 was like you.
Actually, no. There are some later problems with episode 4 that I acknowledged in a bit later. Now I forgot what they were. But yeah.
Oh, Murderer, But My Son. I was wondering what episode that happened in.
Yeah.
But my son.
But my son. There were some memorable moments there.
And then Lan went, but my butt.
Yeah.
Oh no, the guy that killed him.
And that kind of lots happened since then.
The slappening really taught us that jumping right onto it Because remember we did that and it got a lot of views really quickly?
That was like the day of.
Yeah.
Day of.
I was on fire in that video as well.
It's good stuff. And then Claudia joined us before
the dark times.
One of the halos.
That was it during the Halo, yeah, that's right.
episode
Oh wow,
6 or 7.
Halo was its own arc, wasn't it, guys? That was
I'm
special.
glad I wasn't there for the beginning.
Do you see this thumbnail? It's Master Chief pooping out.
That's
Halo.
what it was, but
Yeah.
you don't see it inside.
It's coming out of his bottom.
Oh, episode 8, that was the one.
We lost our minds in episode 7, didn't we? That was the crap mind.
Does we have the intro? Like, is this the intro where we both lose it?
If using Brave browser, there wouldn't be any ads.
Maybe for the purposes of the stream.
I'm like a vegan for Brave browser. I got to tell everyone.
Oh, there's an ad playing. We'll get through it. But hey, that's how we get money.
Oh, there's another ad, but it's
Two unskippable ads.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them.
And more than 10 seconds long.
Yeah, this is a bit.
Is this what you people suffer through who aren't using Brave browser?
Yes.
Oh yes.
Okay. So yeah, I think this is a. Everything we try and cover in this episode reveals more crap. The deeper we go, it's just crap all the way down.
But it's bottomless. Vast amounts of can be yours if you just keep digging. Woohoo! More for me. I love this. Yes. It's so.
Yes, we. It was so bad we kind of lost our minds at different
It
points.
keeps happening.
Halo, man. Halo.
To call that Halo is a.
I know, what a
dear.
abomination. And it keeps on
Kenobi!
Kenobi! The Oz and Nathan arc of Kenobi. Fun stuff. Well, you guys lost your minds then as well.
Yeah, Boba Fett as well. We lost our Boba Fett.
Has there been new super chats as well?
There have been a few, but
Alright.
I thought we should just
Yeah, let's finish
finish
this.
that segment.
Because after Kenobi, then we kind of get into the more recent stuff.
Yeah, we start getting more political around the Buzz Lightyear section.
Well, that's just because they're politicizing it first, and people are they're wondering why our conservatives having an issue with this. Well, we'll explain why, because we
I'm glad of
understand
it.
that position. But we only get as political as we need to in response to what's happening in media.
Miss Marvel.
Yeah. Well,
What was
we will
that?
get eventually to maybe a Miss Marvel. I tried to
said
watch
that
the
about
other.
Arcade.
I know. I tried to watch the last the episodes, and I couldn't even. It was just boring. That's the takeaway of Miss Marvel. Boring in the end of the day. Like even if
The
it was
ending was
more
like-
competently made.
It didn't make any sense.
Well, Claudia's finished it.
I've seen it
Maybe
all.
we should get you to do an ending recap. You can do a solo recap for Miss Marvel for us. You guys would like that. You can tell me what happens. There we go. And that brings us up to date to the 100,000 subscriber mark here on Night's Watch. It's been a journey. Thank you everyone who has joined us through it or is now just joining us on the journey into the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Right now is the future. And right now. And right now. And right now.
What about now?
Claudia. Yes.
Okay, enough of that. Let's catch up on the super chats. I can
On the left.
There we go.
There you go.
I'll refresh it. Bring them up.
Pretty fresh.
And now's the future. Okay.
But these are the past.
Okay, so there's.
Before the.
Okay. So Petrus again, $5.
Okay.
We've already read that one.
Have we?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one you haven't read is by Jack Berg.
Okay. Yes.
All right. Jack Berg for 50
Dude,
USD.
woo! Thank you, sir.
No, he actually sent 100, but with inflation in that time. Okay. Okay. What is better, a katana or a Chikoto? I love that chocolate bar. Similar in form to a ninjato. Wouldn't the straight blade make it better for piercing? Love your work. Keep up the good work. God bless.
As always, it's a matter of context. It depends what uses you're intending it for. Like dueling, battlefield stuff, a katana would be better. Tight spaces, not necessarily dueling, but good cutting capacity and things like that. Shorter blades are pretty good. The ninja toes their cutting capacity isn't huge because it depends on how hefty the blade is made, because you can get blades that are a bit more hefty but shorter, like the Gladius, that have great cutting capacity.
And it's the slight curve of the katana that makes it able to cut through literally anything. Even cold butter.
Shut up. Shut up.
Oh, let me do this one.
Okay.
Kamal Adnan the First for 20,000 Indian rupee. Is it Indonesian or Indian
thank
rupee?
you, sir.
Thank you very much. He says. All
Nothing.
right.
A donation. Thank you.
Iron Fox.
Iron Fox.
Been lurking for a minute, assembling my Warhammer army, Black Templars Forever, based. I'm reading. What am I reading again? It's something of Dawn. You know the one I'm talking about? The one about the Imperial Fists. They build stuff. Anyway, who do you guys prefer? Imperial Fists. They're really cool.
No
Anyway.
idea.
You're an
haven't
Eldar
chosen
player.
yet.
You're an Orc. You're an Orc player. You gotta be.
What's an Eldar?
Nah, I like
elves.
swords. I like swords too much in a more knightly aesthetic. So I'd be drawn
Grey
towards.
Knights. Grey Knights. Yep.
Yeah.
Demon Killers.
Do
Big
space
silver
elves
armor.
have swords or guns?
They have everything. Anyway, they're kind of gay though. No kidding.
Your face is gay.
Oh. Okay. Kamal Adna again for another 2,000 Indonesian or Indian rupee. I'm not sure.
It's probably what he meant to say in the first one, because the first one was a donation, didn't have
Yeah.
anything. Yeah, but thank you.
Fight Autopsy of Gladiator, the Russell Crowe one.
That is a great idea. It's on the list. I'd love to.
Yeah, but when you made the Battle of Baseball Bats, you were just like,
On his list.
are you not entertained?
Are you not?
Because it got like no views. It annoyed me.
But the last Fighting Autopsy on Troy did surprisingly well. So it seems like people are interested in some of the classic fights of cinema to be broken down. So that's encouraging. I'm definitely going to be dumped onto those. Colin, for $5 US, swimming is manipulating water to move your body through it in order to not drown.
But the purpose of swimming isn't always
He agrees with me.
drown.
If you drowned, you failed at swimming. That's
You
what's
can
my
drown
point.
while swimming.
No, then you weren't swimming because you drowned.
Infants.
Anyway, look,
What if your
we're ending it.
oxygen tank
Ending
failed?
it. It'll start it all again. Just watch the debate. But you're right, sir.
Robert McDonald, Oz. I have 173 40k and Horus Heresy books on Audible, plus about 10 over on the Black Library. Book 3, The Vaults of Terror, has been painful to try and finish. 10 hours of word salad. Yeah.
Thank you, mate. Tyson
lot.
R for $10 US. I need uncut D&D sessions with all of you. I'd gladly watch hours of that.
See, guys, we got to do D and Dragons.
It's in discussion. We have a
D&D.
pretty good setup if we do. It'll be fun. Like maybe it could grow to be its own thing.
I'm gonna DM it.
Yeah, like Oz is very keen to DM, so that's cool. Okay, so
Christina
ooh,
for
okay,
$10 US. Love you guys. I'm a new subscriber and I've literally spent the past week binging all your videos. Have you ever read The Silmarillion? It might help when reviewing the show. Keep up the good work.
I have not read it, but I'm getting tempted to that. You know, just to be on the inside, the know. I might get it on Audible.
A book.
It's more like a massive appendices with historical dates and short stories.
Yeah, and I'm hoping it'll be easier to absorb if it's narrated to me. And so I'm thinking audiobook might be the go for it. But thank you, Christina. So there might be a couple more since then.
There's 2 more, I think.
I'll just double check. So there's okay. So
I'm
Dapper
You have to
101.
say it in.
I am a okay, what voice should I do?
You have to say it in uppercase.
Oh. I am a fellow proselytizer for Brave Browser. Thank you, Helljumper.
Oz appreciates it. People have, I do actually get money through Brave Browser. I'm signed up on there. So Brave Browser is an interesting thing where you can donate generally to Brave Browser. This was years ago. I'm not sure if it's changed. But then if the people you watch are signed up on Brave Browser, whoever's content you watch the most gets a percentage of that donation that you put into it.
I just do it because I don't like listening to 2 ads every 30 seconds on YouTube. All right. Do you want to read this one? 'Cause
Motocross Cooper for $19. Thank you, sir. Shad, are you familiar with Dr. Jackson Crawford, yes, I'm familiar with him,
he's great.
and his awesome work on Old Norse language text. If so, have you read any of his translations? If not, check out his YouTube channel. He's done brilliant and invaluable work. Yeah, I know him. I watched his video on talking about Viking women. There was a thing like, there's more Viking warrior women, and he gives a much more nuanced and informed interpretation of what they're talking about. Yeah, Dr. Jackson Crawford, thumbs up. Cool guy.
He's an American.
Yeah, and he loves the cowboy aesthetic. It's so interesting.
It's really
his
cool.
old cowboy, yet his old Norse is like, I don't know. For me,
I think it's cool.
I dress up as a Viking, like a historically accurate Viking. Yeah.
Colin. Dictionary definition: swimming, the sport or activity of propelling oneself through water using the limbs.
Yeah, but if your context and use of it in normal language is
Fish
more
can swim.
accepted.
Fish
Okay.
can swim, they don't drown. When you take them out of water, they stop swimming and they do drown. Wait, they don't drown. How do they?
They suffocate.
They suffocate. Yeah.
Fish can drown.
Yeah,
How?
but for a human who cannot breathe underwater, one of the core components of the act of swimming and achieving the act of swimming
There's
is not
two
drowning.
separate acts. One is swimming, one is
Look,
drowning.
it's getting
Well,
started
yes,
again,
yes.
okay? We have a whole debate on
That's
it.
why we have two separate words for it. If swimming was
Oz,
not drowning,
Oz, do you
then it'd
really
be-
want to
it'd be the
stop?
same
You're
word.
the one who can't handle
Oh, please.
debating. I'll jump
I'm
into
the
it,
one who's
and
keeping
you'll
my
have
voice
another
very,
mental
very,
breakdown.
Very calm and pleasant.
You don't want to get me started on it, and you know you
Come on,
don't,
super chat.
I'm not the one screaming.
because I'm passionate about it. Like I said, I get energy from this. Don't get me started. Okay, we're going back.
There was one more. Do you want me to read it?
Go.
From Robert MacDonald, who said, with $10, said, would love to see D&D campaigns here, but only 2.5 or thereabout.
3.5.
There are
3.5?
no evil races.
Yes,
No,
I know.
and we're going to do Cogent, and there will be evil races.
So I've actually made a role-playing system with my brother called Cogent. It's actually an open source system that we have. There's a website that you can access the entire rules and everything. And there's a reason why I prefer it. I made it. Literally has all my preferences of role-playing and everything like that. It's very adaptable. Has a great combat system. Has some really realistic applications of armor and other things. And you can adapt it to any setting. And so, if you the Curse of Silverthorn roleplays campaign on Night's Watch here that I ran is in Cogent Roleplay.
Oh, Petrus, you're funny. Can't wait to see the race tier list. For D&D, of course.
Guys, this has been wonderful. Very fun, enjoyable stream. I think we are now reaching the end of it. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We really appreciate you. Appreciate you joining us throughout this journey here on Night's Watch, helping us reach 100,000 subscribers. Thank you.
And thank you for the money.
Oh, yeah, the donations are wonderful. And generally, they really do help us continue moving forward and hopefully growth to go in even more. Like, I've got big plans, and if we can continue growing, I can realise some of those plans, and I think you'll really like them too. So all the support is appreciated, and especially those people who are supporting us on Utreon, Subscribestar, or Patreon.
Also, don't use Brave Browser. It's bad. Keep watching ads.
Unless you donate through Brave Browser. I am signed up through that, so...
Yeah, we'll just get YouTube Premium.
Is that?
Oh, that'll stop
But
it from asking.
also, if you guys are donating, super chatting, everything like that, watch wherever you like. You're more than welcome to. Of course, watch wherever you like anyway.
Yeah, do what you want.
Do what you want. All right, but
We are
anyway.
telling you to do whatever you
Yeah,
want.
you
Do
can do
it!
whatever you want. Just check with us first.
Friggin' do it! Okay. Oh, there's more to
Master-
Elika Campo. Master Cheeks can't swim either, I'm sure. Yes, I agree. Calvin Adams says, Google P. Silmarillion narrators sound like Elrond.
Ooh.
Okay, cool.
No.
Shad, this is from... Please do some... Oh, could you
Not
please
Ruby.
do some fight scene autopsies on Ruby?
Not Ruby.
Maybe. We'll see.
Why
Maybe.
not Ruby?
Sucks.
I
heard it went downhill later on, but there's a beloved
that
following
anime?
for that.
You've seen it?
I've seen parts of it.
All right, guys, we do need to sign off. Thank you
Okay.
for everyone joining us. And as always, do remember, stay watchful.